West and Derek O'Neill. Derek, good evening to you.
How's it going?
It's going well. You ready for some volleyball?
I'm always ready for volleyball.
And Eli Bell's with us as well. Eli, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Eli, is the stream up and running here?
We're running, rocking, and rolling per usual. We're getting this thing going.
So would the stream be running or would it be
streaming?
It's
streaming.
Running.
Bottom line, you can
running. I mean,
you could go to our YouTube channel. You can watch it. Bottom line, right?
Bottom line, it's on here. It's stream running. There you go. There's your new word.
All right, and but you can listen here on KCSI. Thanks for doing that. You can download the app. Go to your app store and download search for KCSI Radio, and you can listen to it there or wherever, and whatever works best for you. So volleyball here tonight, we've had a little bit of a different schedule. There wasn't a freshman game and a JV game. There was a combined freshman JV game. Red Oak comes out on top 25-13, 25-12. Red Oak comes out on top in two sets. My understanding, too, Derek, there's going to be a little bit of it's a special night, some introduction to some of our youth programs as well here in the Red Oak area.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to let the third grade and fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade Y programs give them a little bit of recognition here tonight.
Absolutely. So we have
a little side note. This is an unbelievable Frito pie.
You see that Frito pie?
I mean, my goodness, I've never seen something like this in my life.
I mean, the boosters are killing it.
I mean, I've been here 3 years now, and that's
pretty. I mean, they knocked it out of the park on that one, Eli.
That's mind-boggling right there.
So if you're coming into the gym, you stop by and get a Frito pie.
This might take me an hour to put down.
It comes highly recommended by Eli.
That's right.
We're gonna have to figure out which play on the court becomes the Frito pie.
Yeah, the Frito pie.
Well, yeah,
that's got to be something. I mean, wow.
Campfire, a cheeseburger, a donut hole,
chicken wing.
I mean, you got it.
We're back in wrestling right now.
You need a Frito pie. But volleyball will take place tonight. Now, you have plenty of time. The actual volleyball game itself, varsity game, is not going to start until after 7 o'clock. They'll have warm-ups, 17-minute warm-up. They're going to have the player introductions, of course, and then, like you said, we'll have some of the younger folks, too. I think third and fourth graders from Montgomery County Family YMCA will be introduced. So a little bit of an extended pregame show here this evening in Red Oak. We're going to take a break, and we will be back after these messages and talk about where we're at in the season, about these two teams, and get ready for the evening. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The White Sparrow is a proud supporter of high school sports and small-town living. We are here for your home decor and gifting needs. Just like a team constantly works to improve their performance, our team at the White Sparrow works hard to meet your needs by updating our merchandise and offering an array of gifts and decor for you to find just what you're looking for. Stop by the White Sparrow or check us out at shopthewhitesparrow.com.
Subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If your life needs a financial game plan, let Miller Financial Group coach you through life's financial playbook. Their knowledge is built on almost a 60-year tradition of combining their market and product experience with their passion for helping others pursue better financial living. If knowledge and honesty are important to you and your financial future, contact Miller Financial Group in Red Oak at 712-623-5726 and schedule an appointment today.
Hey Sunshine Country, it's Cheryl Porter. Do you like your job? How would you like to love your job? Fresco System USA is looking for several highly motivated workers to join our team. Come see me at 2026 Fernwood Avenue in Red Oak or call 712-623-8100 extension 6659 and we can talk about everything we offer, like sign-on bonuses of up to $3,500, benefits starting day one, and so much more. So if you're ready to love your job, come see me today at Fresco System USA. Love is in the air.
Back to Red Oak, Aaron West, Derek O'Neill, Eli Bells. Melanie's running the camera down there as well, so she'll be participating this evening as well. So enjoy. Lori Lathrop back at our Central Studios. How's the Frito pie, Eli?
I mean, just wow. I don't know. You know, this is one of the sayings, and that's why Melanie's laughing over here. There's always something that's the best you've ever had. I might choke on it while I'm doing it. That you've ever had in your life. Like, Melanie has made the best chili cheese dog I've ever had in my life. The best pork tenderloin I just had in my life was down in Maryville just a couple days ago.
In your life?
In my life,
I
yeah.
mean, you're taking it right to the very
seriously,
tip top.
you gotta. There's something that's always there.
Yeah.
And then now, this probably is the best Frito pie I've ever had in my life.
Well, what's the second best then? I want to hear the experience level.
Well, at Glenwood's concession stand, that was the only other Frito pie I had, and that was the best I've ever had in my life.
But this
and
tops
now, these are thick Fritos. It's got some real hefty cheese.
Lots of cheese.
Nice beans that makes it dense.
I think you're just overwhelmed by the size that they brought.
The size does pop the eyes.
The quantity is
the aesthetic is there.
The aesthetic
is
you
there.
eat with your eyes first.
You do. And
so
hopefully we've sold a few more of those here tonight for the Booster Club.
I mean, if you're wanting a Frito pie,
it's the bang for your buck. I mean, let's get it right over here. But
so the best that you have ever had in your life for that Frito pie.
Yeah, and if you drizzle a little bit of salsa on it, we wouldn't touch it.
See, I'd have to have a few jalapenos on there, and they have jalapenos down there, and that would work.
Yeah, I would. You know, like my mom's chili is the best I've ever had in my life, but this Frito pie is just, I mean,
the bomb.
You're going to have to put me on mute here because I'm going to have to down it before we get going.
So, Aaron West and Eli thoroughly enjoying his Frito pie here in Red Oak this evening. Derek O'Neill. So, Derek, talk to me a little bit where we're at season-wise. The girls, the Tigers in the season have had some losses on the season, but 11-11, they're 500 on the year. Tell me and you've seen all of their games so far.
All but that Kemper game, yeah. So, yeah, you know, I'd say what I observe is, you know, a lot of just slow progress with a young team. So they're coming out when it matters, you know, in the Hawkeye 10 games, and the weekend tournaments have been a lot of learning experience and just straight up court time with that young group together on the court there, kind of learning their tendencies with whether it's a set or a particular play, who's going to cover what area in the back. And so those are all things. When you have a young group, as we have here, it just takes a little bit for that to click together.
They've had some moments, and I've watched quite a few of their games this year. They've had some moments where they were maybe a little out of sync. Maybe you'd think a younger, more or less experienced team, but still they pulled it together. And I've seen some really top-notch volleyball out of them.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, they've had definitely some brilliant plays and stretches there in every one of these matches. You know, I think Coach Montgomery's done a great job too of, you know, really understanding the maybe the inexperience or just the age of a lot of her players, and she's kind of managing the game a little different than we've seen in the past too with her when she's had a lot of seniors out there. So, you know, she's doing a good job of, you know, observing that, reinforcing that short-term memory kind of component, and kind of giving them a reset. You know, if they get on a bad run there or something, she gives them a quick reset and just reminds them, hey, you know, you guys got this. So she's doing a great job with that, and the kids are responding well, I think.
I've seen, you know, from the first game we watched, you had the opportunity to watch them this year until now. I think there's just been a lot of improvement, a lot more confidence. It seems like they're confident on the court. Last week in Harlan, they just showed a lot of confidence and poise throughout those 3 sets, and so I'm impressed with the Tigers. This will be my first opportunity to get to watch Shenandoah here this evening. On the season, 13-7, and again, when it's Red Oak and Shenandoah, you can always say it's going to be a good rivalry.
Yes.
It's both teams want to win, obviously, but there's a little more to it on a rivalry game.
Yeah, two great communities, coming together, and in the past you see even help with the different concession stands crossovers between the communities and the games, and just a lot of great things with the communities coming together, supporting both of these schools on all of their programs, and that rivalry, which at times gets intense, but also it's long term, and it's a long. That's a lot of history there, and a lot of fun to be able to have that.
That tradition goes back a long ways, and I know that I've had the opportunity to visit with people through the years about it. It stretches way, way back, Derek.
Way back. And it's fun to kind of hear some of those.
I know.
I mean, things that would never happen today, they kind of got away with back in the day and things. So just
times have changed a little bit with some of that stuff, for
right?
Sure.
Yeah, nobody's going to be – I'm not even going to talk about what some of the stories I've heard, because I don't want to introduce any thoughts to anybody's heads here. So
there have been some good ones, that's
yes,
for sure.
for sure.
But it should be a fun game. Red Oak and Shenandoah, you can always count on a good, hard-fought, spirited contest when these two teams get together. We're in Red Oak. You have time to come on down. Still 17 minutes on the clock. Warm-ups haven't started, so you have plenty of time if you're really anywhere in the area to come watch a good volleyball game here in Red Oak this evening, and would invite you to do that. Eli would invite you to have a Frito pie.
Get on it.
He would highly gives it 2 thumbs up, and if you had more thumbs, you give it more thumbs up.
It would. I mean, that's probably the fastest I've ate that Frito pie in a long time, and it's well worth it.
All right. Very good. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. And again, also, I would say make note of our sponsors, and when you have the opportunity, drop a note, stop in, let them know that you appreciate them sponsoring high school sports here on KCSI. Okay.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. You'll get customized coverage on one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it the most. Contact Farm Bureau agents Bruce Bryant or Jamie Sifford in Red Oak and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company. Empire Construction and Trenching has served southwest Iowa, northwest Missouri, and southeast Nebraska for over 10 years. If your project requires precise ground site work and preparation, you can trust Empire Construction to do your work accurately. They are a regional leader for groundwork, commercial site work, and precision job site preparation work. They hold a reputation for delivering quality service that is on time and on budget. Call Empire Construction today at 712-623-9435 for all your agricultural and commercial needs.
Allensworth Heating and Cooling is here to help you. We offer a variety of services from heating to cooling, hot water heaters, indoor air quality, ductwork, remote, thermostats, attic insulation, sheet metal fabrication, and variable refrigerant flow systems. We offer rebate incentives and financing options to help you reduce the cost of your service. We are a family-owned and family-operated with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call us today at 712-623-3191.
When it's time to shop for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, let the team at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak help you score big. You'll walk away a winner with the great deal you'll find at Hawkeye Ford, and they make car shopping easy. Visit them just east of Red Oak on Highway 34 or shop from anywhere, anytime at HawkeyeFord.com. Hustle in today and get in the game of finding a great deal at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak.
Come celebrate the first annual Oktoberfest at Jacqueline's, featuring many German beers along with German cuisine. This is an all-ages event that will include games and events such as Wiener Dog races and Best Dressed German. The football games will be on the big screen with Kevin Keith performing that evening. Come join the fun at Jacqueline's starting at 11 a.m. just south of Shan on Highway 59. Pre-registration for Wiener Dog races are open today and will close on September 26th. Please call 712-581-9463 for registration and other inquiries. That's 712-518.
Welcome back to Red Oak Orange Gymnasium. Teams are on the court now, Derek, and warming up, so about 10 or 15 minutes away here. Talk to me a little bit about some of the stats that jump out to you, Eli, on the Shenandoah side of the net.
Let me bring that up for you if I can get it going.
Yeah,
here.
so Eli's going to pop those up on the live stream there.
Yep.
From, just as far as some key stats tonight, we're going to look at assists. Red Oak gets the edge with Merced Ramirez on 4.5 assists per set. For kills, Shan gets the edge with 2.6 kills per set. Blocks, Shenandoah easily gets the edge with 51 total blocks with their leader, Jenna Burdorf. On digs, Nicole Bond with Red Oak has the edge. Serving-wise, Peyton Athan, again with Shenandoah, just barely edges out the Tigers. As far as overall stats, I'm expecting this game statistically to look, pretty tight. I said that at Harlan, and then the Tigers came out and kind of proved me wrong there. But as far as, the Tigers and the Phillies here, they're kind of neck and neck as far as all of the stats go. Shenandoah edges the Tigers in almost every category, though. So as far as, let's see here, assists per set, 24.3 to Red Oak's 23.3. Kills per set, again, the Phillies, 25.6 to the Tigers, 24.7. Kill attempts per set, 79.4 for the Phillies, 68.9 for the Tigers. Block assists, Shenandoah, they must have some great blocking. 180 to Red Oak's 56.
Their blocking must be really impressive.
Yeah, I've said this a couple of times. Maybe we don't stat that the same way some of these other schools do because we are consistently, significantly behind when you look at some of those stat categories. Total blocks, they have 188 to our 71, so well over, double. Blocks per set, they're coming in at 9.4 to our 3.2. Digs per set, 36.1 to our 33.2. Serve aces, they have 143 to our 111. Aces per set, 7.2 to our 50. Serve successes per set, 51.8 to our 53.5. Serve attempts, they have a couple more serve attempts than us. Serve attempts per set, 56 to our 48. And serve efficiency, they're just edging us out again at 92.3 to our 90.7. So statistically, it looks like they could, edge us just barely. So if I were going to go on stats, I'd say this is a 5-set match, and every set's going to be close for sure.
Yeah, exactly like you said, Derek, and even with the conference standings, when you look at it from top to bottom, you have Kemper sitting at 5-0, Lewis Central at 4-0, Red Oak at 4-1, Atlantic at 3-3, Harlan at 2-2, and Shenandoah at 2-3, sitting at 5. There's going to be a lot of shifting and momentum as we get down to the end of this season here, and those are one of your big conference games because especially for Red Oak, you want to sit right there with that one loss because Kemper and Lewis Central still both have to play each other just yet, and then you're going to get another shot at Lewis Central to be able to try to squeeze your way up through.
Yeah, Red Oak's got Lewis Central yet in there to come up, in that match. That's going to be a tough one for sure. The other stat you look at, though, and you and I were talking about this earlier, Eli, is, when it comes to all-time matches, according to the Bound website that we look at, but Red Oak's 21-0 going back to 2008. So,
and like you said, going back to 2008, like we don't know what it is back behind that, but I mean, what a stat coming in tonight.
That's a pretty good run. I hope we don't, from the Tigers standpoint, I hope we're not making it, a 1-0 run the other way. But
exactly,
that's a good stat to look at too when you're looking at the overall stats. So I think that goes to the history of the rivalry, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to just say it's a statistical game because when you get the crowds and the towns, both great communities cheering on their teams here. It's
like exactly what you said with the 3-2s. If you go down the list, a lot of those are 3-2 matches going on down. So.
Yep. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Red Oak Greenhouse has an immediate opening for a full-time production greenhouse grower. Responsibilities include strong problem-solving skills, required to obtain an Iowa pesticide applicator's license within 90 days, an understanding of plant requirements, self-motivated in learning growing techniques, strong communication skills, respond to and resolve alarms, willing to work weekends, holidays on a rotation. If interested in this position, contact the Red Oak Greenhouse at 801 North Broadway in Red Oak. The Red Oak Greenhouse is an equal opportunity employer.
Look, I'm not the kind of person that needs a trophy every time I do a good deed, but I like rewards as much as the next guy. That's why I got a sensible checking account at Bank Iowa. I can earn 10 cents cash back on purchases made with my debit card monthly with no limits on the amount I earn back. Plus, I get free online banking and identity theft protection. All I have to do is keep $100 in the account and receive e-statements. Basically, I'm getting rewarded by Bank Iowa for saving trees and buying stuff. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn about our sensible checking account option or read more online at bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC.
The White Sparrow is a proud supporter of high school sports and small town living. We are here where your home decor and gifting needs. Just like a team constantly works to improve their performance, our team at the White Sparrow works hard to meet your needs by updating our merchandise and offering an array of gifts and decor for you to find just what you're looking for. Stop by the White Sparrow or check us out at shopthewhitesparrow.com.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Eli.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local.
Thanks to our sponsors. Make note of our sponsors and let them know that you appreciate it, making it possible for us to be here. All right, Derek, when you talk about the Red Oak stats on the season, things that jump out to you on the Red Oak side of the net.
You know, I think the Tigers, again, we talked about them being just a squad that's continuing to build some momentum. We've got a couple of good stats out there. Merced Ramirez leading in both assists and kills. She's got 116 kills on the year. Next in line, we got Marley Gray with 101 kills on the season. Then we've got Lainey DeVries, our middle hitter, senior. She's got 91. Jocelyn O'Neill with 89. Marissa Williams with 70. And Olivia Boswell with 66. So some great, the thing that I like about that is we do spread the ball out and the attempts out amongst a lot of our different hitters. I'd love to see the Tigers get so they can have a back row attacker a little bit more than what they do. I think I've seen them work on that a little bit, but just another piece to add to the overall offensive schemes there.
And that's something, talking to Coach Montgomery early on in the season, that's one thing she talked about was the balance of the team. That's what you're alluding to there. There's no one single Tiger that you have to shut down. There's always somebody else that can come up and have the kill or the block.
Yeah, and we talk about that. They do a good job of pulling the block. So you can open up the different sides of the court depending on how they're playing us defensively. It's just they do a good job. You got Merced and Alexis both setting for us in a 6-2 rotation. So they get a lot of people involved. There's a lot of you see a lot of different quicks, slides as we go through the evening and just see what's working and what's open there.
So should be a fun evening. Gym beginning to fill, but I invite you to come on down and watch the good volleyball match here in Red Oak this evening. The Red Oak Tigers and the Shenandoah Phillies here this evening in Red Oak, and would certainly encourage you to come down and watch a good Hawkeye Classic Hawkeye 10 matchup here in Red Oak this evening. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If your life needs a financial game plan, let Miller Financial Group coach you through Life's financial playbook. Their knowledge is built on almost a 60-year tradition of combining their market and product experience with their passion for helping others pursue better financial living. If knowledge and honesty are important to you and your financial future, contact Miller Financial Group in Red Oak at 712-623-5726 and schedule an appointment today.
Hey Sunshine Country, it's Cheryl Porter. Do you like your job? How would you like to love your job? Fresco System USA is looking for several highly motivated workers to join our team. Come see me at 2026 Fernwood Avenue in Red Oak or call 712-623-8100 extension 6659 and we can talk about everything we offer, like sign-on bonuses of up to $3,500, benefits starting day one, and so much more. So if you're ready to love your job, come see me today at Fresco System USA.
On your phone. And Melanie with us this evening as well. Red Oak Tigers and the Shenandoah Phillies here just a few minutes away. We are going to have a special introduction this evening with some of the younger players through the youth programs for Red Oak this evening. I think that's going to take place prior to the match. Looking at the rankings, Derek, where are we at? What teams of interest in our area would be what?
Of interest in our area.
Yeah.
You just throw me off every time you do that introduction, man. So how about I'll go through the
just start at Class 1A and work your way through
Class
there.
1A, we got the top three: Springville, North Tama, and Ankeny Christian. We've got Sydney at number 6. We got Stanton at number 10 in 1A. Riverside in at number 13 there in Class 1A for volleyball. Class 2A. Top 3, Dike New Hartford, Western Christian, and then at 3, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont. Number 7, we've got Missouri Valley, and number 12, we've got Kemper Catholic. So that's Class 2A. In Class 3A, we've got Des Moines Christian, ranked first, Davenport Assumption, and then coming in 3, Mount Vernon. We saw them a couple weeks ago here in Red Oak, and man, they're
really good.
They are a great team there. Coming in on Class 4A, we've got Cedar Rapids Xavier, North Scott, and number 3 is Marion. We've got Lewis Central ranked there at number 5, Indianola at number 7. Looks like that's that's it for the area schools there. In Class 5A, we have Pleasant Valley, Iowa City Liberty, and at number 3, Dowling Catholic. We have Ankeny Centennial at number 6. And Council Bluffs AL at number 12. And that's our rankings for Week 5.
Area teams of interest.
Yeah, you bet.
So, did I throw you off then?
Yeah,
Derek?
we're good.
All right. So, looking forward to it here this evening. Should be a lot of fun. And going to have some player introductions here. And I think I have this information, Derek. Some of our younger teams, just to kind of let you know what's going on. In fact, you could go over to our stream and you can look at some of our area youth teams that are going to be introduced. So just kind of a run-up for the Montgomery County Family YMCA Youth Volleyball Night, starting with the third grade coached by Cheyenne Meek. Third grade players include Callie Berglund, Rowan Weber, Everly Evans, Mia Perrin, Carly Wilcoxon, Ellie Funderman, Ella Carlson, Cadence Briggs, Macy Wright, Mackenzie Pence, Addie Foote, Hayden Kester, Aubrey Bautista, Kylie Woods, and Lauren Ferreri. That's your third grade team. Fourth grade team, coached by Heather Johnson, would be Addison Philpott, Dakota Eddy, Jada Hubner, Bella Echternaw, Kylie Jones, Claire Johnson, and Aubriana Collette. That's your fourth grade Red Oak youth team. Fifth grade team, coached by Tiff McCardle and Corinne Jenkins. Players include Lily Cooper, Anna Shalley, Alyssa Young, Mallory Jenkins, Ryan Chandler, Kinsey Wilcoxon, Kaylee Ahi, and Hayden Yoakum, your fifth grade team. And your sixth grade team. Derek, tell me about the sixth graders.
Sixth graders, we've got Kaylee Erickson, Jersey Edie, Addison Fouts, Miley Johnson, Ellie O'Neill, Josie Sampson, Isabel Miner, and Kennedy Adams, coached by Janelle Erickson. There for your sixth grade team for the YMCA.
Another O'Neill.
Another O'Neill.
Another
yes.
O'Neill.
Yeah.
We have another O'Neill. So, how are they looking at the sixth grade level, Derek?
They look pretty good, I gotta say. It's fun to go watch them and see them, as they're growing into, learning rotations and kind of, those spots on the floor and, the different rules and everything. So it's kind of fun. We've been to a couple weekend tournaments with them. And
well, I think I need your daughter to come teach me how to bump a volleyball because I got that in class on Friday. That's what I'm supposed to be teaching.
Teaching how to bump a
all
volleyball.
my fellow college students on Thursday.
So if you say that to one of my kids, it's called a pass. We don't bump anymore. It's a pass.
Bump, set, spike.
Yeah,
oh,
no
gosh.
spikes.
We're just in pass
No
bump
bumping.
mode. That's where we're rolling.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll have player introductions in just a few minutes. Still taking some photos here with some of the younger youth programs from the Montgomery County Family YMCA. Take a break and be back after this.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. You'll get customized coverage on one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it the most. Contact Farm Bureau agents Bruce Bryant or Jamie Sifford in Red Oak and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company. Construction and Trenching has served Southwest Iowa, Northwest Missouri, and Southeast Nebraska for over 10 years. If your project requires precise ground site work and preparation, you can trust Empire Construction to do your work accurately. They are a regional leader for groundwork, commercial site work, and precision job site preparation work. They hold a reputation for delivering quality service that is on time and on budget. Call Empire Construction today at 712-623-9435 for all your agricultural and commercial needs.
Allensworth Heating and Cooling is here to help you. We offer a variety of services from heating to cooling, hot water heaters, indoor air quality, ductwork, remote, thermostats, attic insulation, sheet metal fabrication, and variable refrigerant flow systems. We offer rebate incentives and financing options to help you reduce the cost of your service. We are a family-owned and family-operated with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call us today at 712-623-3191.
We're just a few minutes away. I expect a good, hard-fought ball game here. Do you think it'll go 5, Derek?
I'm thinking it might go 5, but I always tell myself that, so we get the happy happy circumstance if it's less than that. So,
Eli, thoughts on the game here this evening?
You know, I've seen too from earlier on Shenandoah beating Glenwood in 5. It seems like Glenwood's kind of been scrappy all year long. You know, with Red Oak losing to them in the tournament, but then coming out and beating them in 3. It just seems like that in the Hawkeye 10 from the 3 spot on down. It seems like it can be anybody's match, so it should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a break for our national anthem. We'll be back after this.
Get your best buy at Hawkeye, the little Ford dealer.
When it's time to shop for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, let the team at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak help you score big. You'll walk away a winner with the great deal you'll find at Hawkeye Ford, and they make car shopping easy. Visit them just east of Red Oak on Highway 34 or shop from anywhere, anytime at HawkeyeFord.com. Hustle in today and get in the game of finding a great deal at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak.
Such as Wiener Dog races and Best Dressed German. The football games will be on the big screen with Kevin Keith performing that evening. Come join the fun at Jacqueline's starting at 11 a.m. just south of Shan on Highway 59. Pre-registration for Wiener Dog races are open today and will close on September 26th. Please call 712-581-9463 for registration and other inquiries. That's 712-518.
The Red Oak Greenhouse has an immediate opening for a full-time production greenhouse grower. Responsibilities include strong problem-solving skills, required to obtain an Iowa pesticide applicator's license within 90 days, an understanding of plant requirements, self-motivated in learning growing techniques, strong communication skills, respond to and resolve alarms, willing to work weekends, holidays, on a rotation. If interested in this position, contact the Red Oak Greenhouse at 801 North Broadway in Red Oak. The Red Oak Greenhouse is an equal opportunity employer.
Tony Comstock, assistant coach Mariah Munsinger, head coach of the Red Oak Tigers, Angie Montgomery, assisted by Sharon Allison and Dana Ramirez. Who am I missing, Derek?
You're doing great, Aaron.
Players on the court and look loose. Coach,
we're standing here tonight now.
Yeah, I know. You guys are on the stand about it, huh?
I'm going to lean against the wall.
I must be making Aaron
Lean with it.
stand up. And
Coach Mullenix is at the music going, and looks like the players are ready to go. And
he's done a great job with the music and the scoreboard, the LED screen up there, and just putting the different player profiles and the fun little things up there this year.
He's got a good vibe going, great playlist,
and I think he's doing a great job. I think as the guy in the weight room there for our kids.
Here we go. Tigers are going to serve first. Back to serve for the Red Oak Tigers, Olivia Boswell. First set is underway. Serve into the back row, received, passed up front. Set comes from Athan right at the net, into the net, and the Tigers are on the board first here in Red Oak this evening. The Red Oak Tigers.
I'd score that as a block for Laney,
right.
But I'm not doing the score. I'm not doing the score. So
if you would do it, Derek, I would. That's what we'll give a block to Laney. Serve received into the back row by Green. Hit across by Finley. There's Gray. Set goes to Ramirez. She taps it as she does. Just right into the open spot on the court, and the Tigers lead 2-0.
Great little dink by Merced to just find that open spot. Very good court awareness by her.
She's been doing that all season. Serve comes from Boswell to Green. Set hit in the middle by Parker, and we have a lifting call. The point goes on to the Tigers. It's 3-0. Red Oak with the lead. Set number 1. Boswell back to serve once again. Serve into the back row. It's passed up front, set from Athan, hit across the net by Green. Hit into the back row, bounces off of the Phillies, and the point goes to Red Oak, and it's 4-0 Red Oak with the lead.
Inside Ramirez with the kill there for the Tigers.
4-0. Boswell doing a great job from behind the service line for Red Oak. Serve into the back row. Hodges passes it up front. Set from Athan, hit hard at the net. That was hit by Lance, but it's into the net, and point goes to Red Oak. 5-0. Red Oak leads set number 1.
Shenandoah is just a little out of sync here. Let's see if they can get that picked up and corrected here.
Coach Comstock talking to her players. Into the back row. Kept alive nicely that time by Finley. Then free ball across the net. Passed up front. Set to DeVries. And it's called in, and the point goes to the Tigers. 6-0 Red Oak with the lead.
Want a fast start to get things rolling here, especially in a highly contested matchup here. Red Oak on a hot start, 6-0.
A quick start for the Tigers for sure by Boswell from behind the service line. Into the back row. Hodges passes it up front again. Athan bumps it across. Set to Gray. She pushes it across with 2 hands. Hit across the net by Lance, or into the net, and the point goes to Red Oak. 7-0, and we're going to have a timeout on the court. Red Oak jumps out to a quick 7-0 lead, and set number 1 will be back after this.
Look, I'm not the kind of person that needs a trophy every time I do a good deed, but I like rewards as much as the next guy. That's why I got a sensible checking account at Bank Iowa. I can earn 10 cents cash back on purchases made with my debit card monthly with no limits on the amount I earn back. Plus, I get free online banking and identity theft protection. All I have to do is keep $100 in the account and receive e-statements. Basically, I'm getting rewarded by Bank Iowa for saving trees and buying stuff. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn about our sensible checking account option, or read more online at bankiowa.bank, member FDIC.
Yeah, welcome back, and for folks watching online, Tigers lead 7-0, set number 1, and the Phillies are on the board. It's 7-1 here in Red Oak. Welcome back to our radio audience. Thanks for joining us. Phillies gain the point. It's 7-1. Back to serve for the Phillies will be Macy Finley, a junior. She's the libero, 5'6" libero for the Phillies. Jump serve into the back row. Bond passes it up front. Tapped across by Ramirez again to that open spot on the court. Merced Ramirez, and it's 8-1, Red Oak with the lead. Into the game, O'Neill taking a seat. Wallace, Alexis Wallace. Back to serve is Ramirez. Merced Ramirez with the serve low across the net. Hodges receives it. Up front, 2-hand push across the net by Lance. Pushed into the back quarter by Ramirez. Hodges passes it up the net. Parker hits it. Into the net, point goes to Red Oak. 9-1, Red Oak leads set number 1.
I don't know that I would have quite predicted this jump by the Tigers here right away, but, you know, it's good to see everything kind of clicking over there for them.
The Tigers definitely off to probably one of the fastest starts I've seen this season from the Tigers. The serve by Ramirez. Hit across into the back row by Burdorf. Up front, Gray hits it into the back row. Hodges passes it up front. Set, hit, Burdorf at the net. This time it's going to be hit across by Lance. There's Bond. Ramirez passes it over to Gray. She hits it, and a big hit by Marley Gray. And it's 10-1. Red Oak leads set number 1.
Great little volley by the Tigers there. Shenandoah kind of caught them a little off guard there. Nicole dug that out, and they transitioned well with a hard hit from Marley.
And Ramirez back to serve once again for Red Oak. 10-1, set 1. Red Oak leads. Parker passes it up front. Hit across the net by Lance. There's Bond with the set to Gray. Into the back row, that's Finley. And pushed across the net by Athan. Right at the net, Burdorf taps it right back across. There's O'Neill, hits it into the back corner, and the point goes to Red Oak, Jocelyn O'Neill.
Just great court awareness overall, too, as well. You saw Ramirez going for just a quick little set back over. She's able to regain it, and O'Neill is able to drop it in down the right side.
Tigers serve. It's 10-1. No, 11-1 here in set number 1. 11-1, set number 1. Red Oak with the lead.
Upref wants to have a chat with the his line judges and his down ref and team captains.
Everyone is having a chat here. What's it about, Derek? You have a feel for it?
Well, I'm not sure. I thought that was a pretty clean, clear kill on that one, but I'm not sure what the question is.
Yep, having quite a conference over there. Looks like we're going to be ready to go, and they give the point to the Tigers. 11-1. Here we go.
It looked pretty clear, pretty obvious from down here. I didn't know what it was.
Ramirez with the serve low into the back row to Hodges, and free ball across the net. Nice effort there by the Phillies. Just didn't get it across the net. Parker kind of an over-the-shoulder backwards hit to just try to get it across the net, but just misses low. 12-1, Red Oak with the lead, set number 1. Here's Ramirez. Serve just tries to go just across the net and misses, and the point goes to the Phillies. It's 12-2. Coming into the game for Shenandoah is Genevieve Jones, and taking a seat will be Athan. Back to serve is Eli Parker. Parker's serve received by Bond. Ramirez with the set to Gray. Big hit by Gray. Marley Gray.
All momentum right now here with the Tigers. Everything seems the swings are coming and the kills are coming harder and harder during each point.
Back to serve now will be DeVries. She serves from the center portion of the court. Laney DeVries into the back row. Hodges tries to get it across, and the Phillies don't get it back across the net. Point goes to Red Oak. It's 14-2.
Looks like we're going to have another timeout by Shenandoah.
Timeout on the court. Red Oak leads.
The White Sparrow is a proud supporter of high school sports and small town living. We are here where your home decor and gifting needs. Just like a team constantly works to improve their performance, our team at the White Sparrow works hard to meet your needs by updating our merchandise and offering an array of gifts and decor for you to find just what you're looking for. Stop by the White Sparrow or check us out at shopthewhitesparrow.com.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
A serve by Laney DeVries. Red Oak continues to roll now 15-2. Shenandoah made a couple of substitutions here and trying to get something going on the Phillies side of the net. Red Oak just jumped out to a quick start and really just haven't let up here in set number 1. DeVries again serves into the back row. Hodges pushed across by Parker. Kennedy DeVries keeps it alive to Gray. Blocked at the net by Burdorf. Here's Gray. She just taps it across this time. Free ball across the net, Lance. Down ball across the net by Ramirez. Parker hit hard at the net by Burdorf, and the point goes to Red Oak.
And a huge volley to win right there, especially when everybody's kind of just throwing the ball back and forth. A big point right there for Red Oak to continue his lead.
Shenandoah looked like they've kind of upped their tempo there a little bit.
16-2 is the score. Laney DeVries serve low across the net. That's received by Finley. Set hit at the net, blocked. Nice job at the net by the Tigers. Lance hit the ball. Free ball across the net by Finley. Set to O'Neal. She taps it across. Finley, down ball by Hodges. And the Tigers can't get back across, and the point goes to the Phillies. It's 16-3.
And definitely a point Shenandoah needs to try to be able to work their way back into this during set 1.
Coming into the game is Sylvia Hennings. She's a sophomore, 5'9" sophomore. Bond receives it right at the net, tapped down by the Phillies. That was Jones. Jones is 6'1" sophomore.
Just a little overpass by Nicole, and Shenandoah gets the cheeseburger off that one.
Not the Frito pie?
No.
Nope.
16-4 is the score. Red Oak with the lead. Kennedy DeVries to Ramirez, hit across by Gray at the net. Kept alive. Pushed across this time by Parker. DeVries passes it up front. Set to Gray. She hits it down. Parker gets under it. Free ball across the net. Hodges. There's that little dump set by Ramirez, and the Phillies handle it well. Ramirez with the set to Williams, and it sails a bit long. Out of play, and the point goes to the Phillies at 16-5.
So Shenandoah's rotated some of their bigger kids up into the front.
Yep.
Number 8 there, Hodges. She's a 6-foot sophomore.
Yep. Jones is a 6'1 sophomore. And we got a couple of 6-footers up there. Point goes to Red Oak at 17-5 in set number 1. Coming into the game, Boswell taking a seat, DeVries, and back to serve will be Gray. Marley Gray back to serve for Red Oak. Will serve right across the net, received nicely by Hennings. Hit hard.
Yeah, that was a good hit by Shenandoah.
Ashlyn, I think that was Ashlyn Hodges. 17-6 is our score. Red Oak leads set number 1, and back to serve will be Jenna Burdorf. She's a junior, 5'10 junior. Serve, a bit long, goes out of play, and the point goes to Red Oak, and it's 18-6. Red Oak with the lead in set number 1. Coming into the game will be Alexis Wallace for Red Oak. And taking a seat, Jocelyn O'Neill. Back to serve is Wallace. 18-6, set number 1. Red Oak leads. Serve from Wallace, low across the net. Great serve, but handled well. And again, overpass right at the net. Tigers can't get it back across. It's 18-7. Coming into the ball game will be Rogers and Athan. Taking seat, Jones and Parker. Back to serve will be Athan, sophomore, 5'9 sophomore for Shenandoah. Peyton Athan. Into the back row, Bond passes it up front. Wallace with the set to Williams, and she hits it across, and we have a net violation on the Phillies. Either way, the point was going to Red Oak, and it's 19-7.
Yeah, that was a good quick set to Marissa there. Whether, Shan was in the net or not, that was a good play by the Tigers.
Bond back to serve. 19-7 to score. Serve into the back row. Finley passes it up front. Set to Hodges. Hit a bit far, and it goes out of play. Hodges is a sophomore. Shenandoah, another young team. Derek, in fact,
one senior, it looks like.
One senior. Yeah. Lance is the lone senior on the team.
Yep.
Bond serves into the back row. Passed up front. Peyton Nathan set to Rogers, and we have a big block at the net. Was that Ramirez or DeVries?
I call that on Laney, or maybe tag teaming them together is where they usually get those blocks, is when you got both of them up there at the net.
21-7 is the score. Set number 1. Red Oak leads. Bond back to serve. Large serve into the back row, and it flies out of play, and the point goes to the Phillies. Coming in will be Lance. Taking a seat, Hennings for Shenandoah. And back to serve for Shenandoah will be Ashlyn Hodges. 21-8's our score. Set number 1. Red Oak leads. Serve into the back row. Siebenecker passed up front. Bond. Free ball across the net by DeVries. This time the set goes to Green. Siebenecker keeps it alive. Free ball across the net. Boswell. Set and hit by Lance. And hit hard, but handled well at the net by the Tigers. Another block by the Tigers, and it's 22-8. Tigers firing on all cylinders here in set number 1.
We didn't talk a whole lot at the beginning, but minimizing errors, that's kind of the key to getting the roll, and Tigers are doing a great job of just playing good volleyball. Out there having fun. I think we talked about that. When they're having fun, they're playing well.
Boswell back to serve for Red Oak into the back row. Hodges passes it up front to Athan. Hit hard, but it goes out of play. Nice hit, just sails a bit long. It's hit by Caroline Rogers.
Our blockers are definitely in the face of their hitters with some of those long hits there.
23-8 is the score. Boswell back to serve. Hodges hit across the net, and Tigers keep it alive somehow.
Pancake.
Wow. Not sure how that happened, but it did. Bond to Ramirez. Finley. Set goes to Green. She pushes it to the back row. Boswell is there. Boswell pushes it back across the net now. There's Athan with the set to Lance. Tapped across the net. Good volley. Point goes to the Phillies.
I didn't get to see that. I was already putting the point on the board.
I mean, yeah, I didn't. I think
unreal.
Yeah, everybody kind of thought that was done. But, yeah, great volley, great hustle by both teams there. Shenandoah not giving up, even though the score's a little imbalanced here at the moment.
Finley with the serve low across the net. Kennedy DeVries to Laney DeVries. Hit across and then blocked at the net. Nice job by Burdorf, Jenna Burdorf. She's a junior, 5'10". 23-10 is our score. Back to serve Macy Finley, the libero, 5'6" libero for the Phillies. Little jump serve into the back row, and Tigers, little miscommunication there in the back row, and it falls to the floor. A serve by Macy Finley.
And a great little run here coming from Shenandoah, trying to work their way back in here, kind of far separated in this first set, but no giving up here from Shenandoah.
Macy Finley back to serve. Low and into the net. Point goes to Red Oak, so it's set point. Set number one. Red Oak leads 24-11 coming into the game. O'Neal taking a seat. Wallace, and back to serve is Ramirez. Red Oak leads 24-11, set number one. Serve from Ramirez into the back row. Hodges passes it up front. Pushed across the net, and the point goes to the Phillies. Looked a little out of sync, but it worked.
Shenandoah really scrappy there. Kind of caught us off guard. Maybe being spectators instead of players there in that last little push over the net.
Parker back to serve. Coming into the game is Jones as well, 6'1" sophomore. Elia Parker, junior, 5'8" junior for the Phillies. Into the back row. Bond passes it up front. Set to DeVries. That's going to do it. Net violation, point goes to Red Oak, 25-12. Red Oak with the victory in set number one. Tigers jump out to a quick lead and just really never look back in set number one, I would say.
Yeah, Tigers did a great job in that, minimizing errors, having fun, keeping Shenandoah off balance, as Eli said there, just kind of out of rotation.
Take a break, and we'll be back with the second set right after this.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If your life needs a financial game plan, let Miller Financial Group coach you through life's financial playbook. Their knowledge is built on almost a 60-year tradition of combining their market and product experience with their passion for helping others pursue better financial living. If knowledge and honesty are important to you and your financial future, contact Miller Financial Group in Red Oak at 712-623-5726 and schedule an appointment today.
Hey Sunshine Country, it's Cheryl Porter. Do you like your job? How would you like to love your job? Fresco System USA is looking for several highly motivated workers to join our team. Come see me at 2026 Fernwood Avenue in Red Oak or call 712-623-8100 extension 6659 and we can talk about everything we offer, like sign-on bonuses of up to $3,500, benefits starting day one, and so much more. So if you're ready to love your job, come see me today at Fresco System USA.
Your varsity game prior to this, it was Red Oak 25-13 and Red Oak 25-12. Red Oak picks up a couple in that junior varsity freshman game. And in varsity play in set number one, Red Oak jumps out to a quick early lead and maintain it and win 25-12 over the Phillies here in Red Oak this evening. And see what happens here. See if the Tigers continue that momentum, or see if Coach...
I would expect Shenandoah to maybe shift their rotation position here just a little bit, try and better match up with the Tigers.
Coach Comstock had a long talk with their girls there in between the sets. We'll see what happens. Here we go, set number two. Back to serve for Shenandoah will be Ashlyn Hodges once the officials are satisfied. And here we go. I think, maybe. Actually, we're going to talk about it for just a minute. So, a little rotational thing here, maybe. Now I think we're going to be set and ready to go. Back to serve will be Macy Finley, actually, once we get all our players set.
Yeah, so like we were talking there, it looks like she wanted to switch their position just a little bit. Not sure she got it exactly set the way she wanted, but I do see Shenandoah's got a lot of their big blockers up in front to start with here.
Back to serve is Macy Finley. Jump serve into the back row. Bond passes it up front. There's Wallace. And the point goes to the Phillies, and the Phillies are on the board first. 1-0. Shenandoah leads set number 2. Again, back to serve Macy Finley for Shenandoah. A jump serve, middle portion of from the service line, right at the net. Ramirez taps it across, but I think
net violation.
Net violation on the Phillies. Point goes to Red Oak, tied up at 1 apiece. Back to serve will be Boswell. Coming into the game for Red Oak is Gray, taking a seat, Siebenecker. And Boswell back to serve for Red Oak. Tied up at 1 apiece. Serve from Boswell, low and into the net. Point goes to Shenandoah. Coming into the game, Jones taking a seat. Athan for Shenandoah. Boswell takes a seat, and Kennedy DeVries checks into the ball game for Red Oak. Back to serve for Shenandoah, Elia Parker, 5'8" junior for the Phillies. Serve from Parker's into the back row to Bond. And Tigers looking not the same as last match. Just a little flat-footed maybe.
Kind of flopping sets here, it seems, to start. Shenandoah with a lot of momentum here, starting with this rotation.
Shenandoah starting strong. 3-1. Serve from Parker to Bond. Passes it up front. Set to Laney DeVries into the back row to Parker. There's Finley with the set to Jones. She hits it hard right between the Tigers, and the point goes to Shenandoah. It's 4-1. Shenandoah leads set number 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sit down here and just see if we can change that momentum going on.
Superstitious, Derek?
I am a little.
Serve from Parker across the net. Ramirez is there. There's Wallace, and then hit across by Ramirez into the back row to Parker. Finley with the set to Jones. Hits it at the net, blocked by the Tigers, and it falls to the court. Point goes to Red Oak.
Good coverage there by Laney and Marley at the net to cover that block.
4-2 is our score. Shenandoah leads set number 1. Red Oak leads 1-0 on the evening. Ramirez back to serve for Red Oak. Serves low and into the net.
A lot of difference between that first and second set. A lot of errors now coming from Red Oak for this 5-2 lead from Shenandoah.
Yeah, those serves that go into the net, I know Coach doesn't like those. Just trading points, giving away opportunities there.
5-2 is our score. Shenandoah with the lead. Back to serve Hennings. Set, tapped across by Laney DeVries. Parker with the set to Hodges, hit hard. There's O'Neal with the block. Set to O'Neal. She hits it across, and the point goes to Red Oak. Jocelyn O'Neal. Great series for her. 5-3 is our score. Shenandoah leads coming out of the game. Bond into the game. Williams, and back to serve for Red Oak will be Laney DeVries. 5-3 is the score. Serve from DeVries into the back row to Finley. Hit across by Hodges into the back row. Kennedy DeVries. Set goes to Gray. She hits it hard. Nice kill by Marley Gray.
A great night so far, too, for Marley Gray as well. It's got to be 5-6 kills so far on the night.
Those, those great hits like that start with great passes. And Tigers, that's something they've improved on all year long. It's just their passing to get those great sets to Merced and Alexis, and ultimately the kill.
Serve from DeVries, received by Finley. Set to Jones. She taps across Williams and O'Neal there to tap it back across the net. Again, hit by Hodges, and the point goes to Red Oak. What do we have? 4
hits, yeah.
Back to serve DeVries. We're tied up at 5 apiece in set number 2. Laney DeVries back to serve. Into the back row, received by Hennings. Hit across Burdorf into the back row to Kennedy DeVries. It goes out of play, and the point goes to Shenandoah. It's 6-5. Shenandoah with the lead. Back to serve Burdorf, Jenna Burdorf. for the Phillies. Serve from Burdorf into the back row. Bond passes it up to the front row. Set to Williams, blocked nicely at the net by Jones, and falls to 4. Point goes to the Phillies, and the Phillies regain the lead 7-5. Back to serve Burdorf. 7-5. Shenandoah with the lead. Set number 2. Into the back row. Kennedy DeVries receives. Bond passes it up to the net. Williams pushes it into the back row. Parker is there. There's Hennings. Set to Jones. Hits hard. She's a lefty, too. And it's blocked. Point goes to Red Oak. Jones, Genevieve Jones, a 6'1" sophomore, left-handed.
You put a left-hander on the right side, it's the same as having, your right side hitter on the outside. Makes it a dominant position out there on the court.
Red Oak leads 7-6. Hit across by Green. Nice hit. That was Lene Green, a big hit by her. She's a 6'1" sophomore.
So that's the first time I've seen Shenandoah pull the block from the Tigers a little bit. It's something they must have talked about. It definitely worked there and opened up the court a little bit for them.
8-6 is our score. Shenandoah with the lead. Couple substitutions being made here. Gray takes a seat. Siebenecker comes in, and back to serve for Shenandoah will be Athan. Peyton Athan, she's a sophomore. This Shenandoah team is going to be something. I'm telling you. Young team. Siebenecker. Ramirez. Hit across. Boswell blocked at the net, and we're going to have the point go to the Phillies. 4 hits. 9-6 is the score. Shenandoah maintains the lead. Much different than set number 1.
Yeah, Shenandoah definitely changed their rotation position there just a little bit to better match up with the Tigers, and it's working so far.
Into the back row, Siebenecker passes it up front. Dump set by Ramirez. Siebenecker passes it back up front. Hit by Boswell. And the point's going to go, to the Tigers. Can get it back across the net. And the point goes to Red Oak. It's 9-7 now. Shenandoah with the lead. Coming into the game, Alexis Wallace taking a seat. O'Neal. 9-7. Wallace back to serve. Into the back row, Finley is there. Set from Athan. Hit hard, but just misses out. Caroline Rogers and just missed out. Good shot, just a little long. And it's 9-8 now, 1 point lead for the Phillies. Wallace again back to serve, right side of the court into the back row. Finley is there. Set, hit Hodges. Hodges with the hard hit this time, just inside the line, and the point goes to Shenandoah.
Mrs. Carlson down there as a line judge. She's done that for a lot of years. I do not envy the people that do that at all.
That was a good hit. No, she's done that for a long, long time. 10-8 is the score. Shenandoah with the lead. Set. Point's going to go to the Phillies.
Little miscommunication on the Tigers there. Looks like Olivia was expecting a quick set, and Alexis gave her the longer set.
Timeout on the court. Tigers are taking a timeout. 11-8 is our score. Shenandoah with the lead. We'll be back after this.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. You'll get customized coverage on one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it the most. Contact Farm Bureau agents Bruce Bryant or Jamie Sifford in Red Oak and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Set number 1, 25-12. Set number 2, Shenandoah leads 11-8 here in Red Oak this evening. And Coach Montgomery talking to her players. Here we go. It's going to be time. Coach Comstock's definitely made some adjustments there between sets going into set number 2. And this is a much different set than set number 1. 11-8 is our score. Shenandoah leads set number 2. Serve comes from Hodges. Bond set to Boswell into the back row. Point goes to Red Oak.
A great way to start from coming off a timeout. Create your own points, eliminate the errors, and Red Oak right there is able to get one back on the board.
Volleyball is such a game of momentums, and
Yes.
those timeouts, if they're called at the right time, they can certainly switch that in a hurry.
Serve from Bond into the back row. Finley is there. Pushed at the net, blocked by Ramirez and Laney DeVries, and the point goes to Red Oak.
Laney's having a pretty good game at the net there from a defensive side. It's good to see her getting involved with all of that, continuing her blocking stats.
Serve from Bond into the back row, received by Green. Hit hard by Lance, I think that was Kate Lance, and the point goes to Shenandoah. Nice hit. The lone senior on the court for the Mustangs. 12-10's the score. Shenandoah with the lead. Back to serve will be Macy Finley. Jump serve from Finley into the back row. Bond passes it up front. Set, hit by Boswell. And the Phillies can't get it back across the court, and the point goes to Red Oak. 12-11 is the score. Shenandoah with the lead, set number 2. Back to serve Boswell. Substitutions. Gray comes into the game, and Siebenecker takes a seat. Boswell back to serve into the back row. Finley. A serve by Olivia Boswell. We're tied up at 12.
And after that timeout, like Derek was saying, the momentum shift now, shifting over here to Red Oak. We'll see how Shenandoah responds.
12-12 is our score. Boswell back to serve for Red Oak. Serve into the back row. Hodges passes it up front. Set to Lance. Bond passes it right to the net. And the Tigers can't get it across, and the point goes to Shenandoah. 13-12.
You nervous now, Aaron? You
I'm
kind
not.
of bouncing your knee, shaking
No.
the booth up here.
No, not at all. Not at all. Back when I was in your position and Allie was playing, yeah.
Different story,
It was,
right?
it was create a little stress, Derek, that's for sure. 13-12 is the score. Shenandoah with the lead. Set number 2. Serve from Parker into the back row, and Kennedy DeVries receives it. Hit across by Ramirez. Hodges, Parker, set to Lance. She hits it hard right down the sideline. Great hit by Kate Lance. 14-12 is our score. Back to serve once again, Parker. And it's 14-12. Tigers keep making these little runs. They just can't get past the Phillies. The Phillies just keep holding them off.
Sticking with it.
Hit by Ramirez. Goes out of play off of the hands of the Phillies, and the Tigers gain the point. It's 14-13. And O'Neal comes into the ball game. Taking a seat, Wallace back to serve for Red Oak Ramirez. It's 14-13. Set number 2. Merced Ramirez. A serve by Merced.
A great job from Ramirez there. Like you were saying earlier, the little runs from Red Oak, got to be able to see if they can get one on a long stretch.
Tied up at 14. Set number 2. Ramirez back to serve for Red Oak. Into the back row, received by Lance. Parker set to Burdorf. She hits it a bit far, and the point goes to Red Oak, and Red Oak gains the lead now. 15-14 is our score. Red Oak leads set number 2. Is that the first time they've led in set number 2?
I think it is, yeah. Shenandoah's coach is a little upset. She wanted to see a touch on that call. That's the other one I don't envy from the down ref.
No.
Serve from Ramirez. A serve by Merced, and it's 16-14.
And those are just some of the plays, too. It's so hard to be able to see. If the touch on, you got to see the ball spinning. I know that's why I'm up here. I can't do it.
Ramirez serves into the back row. Burdorf. Parker set to Jones. She pushes into the back corner to Bond. Ramirez with the set to Laney DeVries. Blocked at the net nicely there by the Phillies. Tapped across by Gray. Hit by Lance. Tapped across by Lance. Kept alive by Ramirez. Free ball across the net by Bond into the back row to Finley. Here's Parker with the set to Jones. She hits it hard. Kennedy DeVries digs it. Free ball across the net. Bond just across the net. Finley passes it up front to Parker. Set to Burdorf. Hit hard. Blocked at the net. Now the Tigers. Parker chases it down. Free ball across the net by Burdorf. Bond passes it to the net. Ramirez to Gray. And we're going to have a net violation. Or two hits
on the Tigers.
Boy, it was a great volley.
Great volley. I almost you could have called a net violation on the Phillies there. It's, it's just one of those things. Shenandoah gets the momentum with that volley for sure. Both teams, tremendous hustle and great volleyball there.
16-15 serve into the back row. Bond passes it up front, and the Phillies tie it up at 16.
Just like that, with that momentum swing here, it gets tied up at 16 apiece. Great way for Shenandoah here to respond.
Sylvia Hennings back to serve, a sophomore, 5'9" sophomore for Shenandoah. Serve from Hennings into the back row to Bond. Set hit by DeVries. It's called out. Point goes to the Phillies. 17-16 Phillies lead. Set number 2.
What a way for Shenandoah to respond after a first set like that. Be able to bring it now with a lead by 1 here in the second set.
Absolutely. Bond passes it up front. Free ball across the net by Gray. Hit by Finley, right into the open spot. Great hit by Finley, and Shenandoah leads now by 2. 18-16 is our score. Coach Montgomery wants a timeout. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back after this.
Empire Construction and Trenching has served Southwest Iowa, Northwest Missouri, and Southeast Nebraska for over 10 years. If your project requires precise ground site work and preparation, you can trust Empire Construction to do your work accurately. They are a regional leader for groundwork, commercial site work, and precision job site preparation work. They hold a reputation for delivering quality service that is on time and on budget. Call Empire Construction today at 712-623-9435 for all your agricultural.
This has been an exciting set so far.
Yeah, most definitely. It's been a lot of runs here, and Shenandoah's taking the advantage of them right now on some errors from Red Oak. We'll see if Red Oak can respond from it.
Sylvia Hennings back to serve once again in the back row. Bond passes it up front. Ramirez tapped across by O'Neill and then back across by Burdorf. Up front to Gray, hit hard, blocked at the net, and the point goes to Shenandoah.
And like we were talking about earlier, is those passes that have been coming from Red Oak to set up that big kill. Right here in this second set, you're not seeing the best of passes coming along to be able to set it up.
Hennings back to serve, passed up front to Bond. Set and blocked at the net. Gray hits it, but there's a big block at the net by
Burdorf.
I think it was Burdorf.
Yeah, she's at least
fire.
3 in the past two volleys here. She's kind of got maybe got that number figured out with what the Tigers are calling for plays.
Into the back row, Bond. Set, tapped across by Laney DeVries. Parker with the set to Hodges, hit hard, but it sails out of play. And the point goes to Red Oak. 20-16 is our score.
Shenandoah keeps wanting to see a touch on that, and it just, again, those are kind of tough. I didn't see that particular ball, change direction too much, like it got touched at the net, but their coach is pretty insistent that that's not being called at the net. So up ref's having a chat with the captain, and she's going to go report back to the coach.
20-17 is our score. Shenandoah with the lead in set number 2. Still discussion between the coach and the captain, and here we go.
That rivalry plays into the intensity there.
Definitely does.
Wanting every call to go your way, too.
DeVries into the back row. Finley tapped across by Hodges. Laney DeVries keeps it alive. Pass up front to Marissa Williams. She pushes it across the net, and the point goes to Red Oak, and it's 20-18.
And the time, especially for Red Oak to be able to attack in this second set, to be able to get to the lead, is be able to minimize those errors and put them on to Shenandoah. And right here, it's going to come from the service line.
Laney DeVries back to serve. 20-18 is our score. Shenandoah leads. Finley passes it up front. There's Parker with the set to Burdorf. She passes it. Laney DeVries tapped across into the net by Gray.
Just like Eli was saying there, minimizing those errors. And, the same goes for the Tigers. And You know, Shenandoah's coach is doing a great job of keeping them, enthused about where they're going and making sure they're keeping up that momentum.
Served by Burdorf in the back row to Bond. Set to Gray. She hits it into the corner. Parker is there. Hit by Jones hard. Kennedy Vries tries to keep it alive. And boy, nice hustle there by Ramirez, but just couldn't get to it.
And then now the receiving end for Red Oak too as well. They're not getting that pass received down well, and Shenandoah kind of starting to lay it on them here in this second set, separating this lead.
Short-term memory. He's got to forget about that last one. You got the next one.
22-18 is the score. Shenandoah with the lead. Serve is low and into the net. Point goes to Red Oak.
And just like that, especially when you get that service error now coming on the other side, short-term memory, got to bring it over down to this set.
Yeah, anybody's set here yet at
Absolutely.
22-19.
Back to serve, Gray for Red Oak. Marley Gray back to serve, sophomore. Received by Finley. There's Parker. Set to Hodges. She hits it across. Vaughn set to O'Neal. She hits it across. Jones is there. Finley with the set to Hodges. Hit hard, but it's out of play. That was a hard hit, but just misses out down the sideline.
What a great way to be able to let that one go, especially when a ball's coming that hard down the line. It's almost like you always want to go for it because you're never going to know, but a great heads-up play there for Red Oak.
22-20 is our score. Shenandoah leads set number 2. Low and into the net.
And again,
going for the hard serve there and being aggressive, and the point goes to Shenandoah.
And again, in a game like this especially, it's what I always tell myself when I'm golfing. Don't need to have to be the hero. Don't have to make the hero shot.
Yeah.
You got to be able to keep yourself in play.
Sometimes a 7-iron down the middle of the fairway
That's
is
exactly
better
it.
than
the big stick coming out of the
big
bag.
stick in the rough. I can hit it through those trees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back to serve, Peyton Athan for Shenandoah. Into the back row. O'Neal is there up front to Boswell. Free ball across the net by Boswell. Passed up front. Set to Green. She hits it across. And the point goes to Shenandoah. Set point. 24-20 is our score.
You know, and for Red Oak, get themselves just a little bit out of sync. Have to be able to retain now here in this second set.
Back to serve once again now for Shenandoah is Athan. Low, taps the top ribbon. Ramirez with the set to O'Neal. And boy, a big hit by Jocelyn O'Neal.
And what at a perfect time right there for O'Neal to try to bring some momentum back to her team.
24-21 now. Shenandoah leads. It's set point for Shenandoah. Back to serve Wallace for Red Oak. Alexis Wallace serve into the back row. Passed up front right at the net. Tapped the rack across by the Tigers. It's hit hard by Rogers. And Shenandoah wins set number 2 by a score of 25-21. Shenandoah takes set number 2. We're split 1-1. We'll be back after this.
Allensworth Heating and Cooling is here to help you. We offer a variety of services from heating to cooling, hot water heaters, indoor air quality, ductwork, remote, thermostats, attic insulation, sheet metal fabrication, and variable refrigerant flow systems. We offer rebate incentives and financing options to help you reduce the cost of your service. We are a family-owned and family-operated with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call us today at 712-623-3191.
Get your best buy at Hawkeye, the little Ford dealer.
When it's time to shop for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, let the team at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak help you score big. You'll walk away a winner with the great deal you'll find at Hawkeye Ford, and they make car shopping easy. Visit them just east of Red Oak on Highway 34 or shop from anywhere, anytime at HawkeyeFord.com. Hustle in today and get in the game of finding a great deal at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak.
Dude,
Come celebrate the first annual Oktoberfest at Jacqueline's, featuring many German beers along with German cuisine. This is an all-ages event that will include games and events such as wiener dog races and best dressed German. The football games will be on the big screen with Kevin Keith performing that evening. Come join the fun at Jacqueline's starting at 11 a.m. just south of Shan on Highway 59. Pre-registration for wiener dog races are open today and will close on September 26th. Please call 712-581-9463 for registration and other inquiries. That's 712-5...
Back to Red Oak. We're split. Red Oak wins set number 1, 25-12. Shenandoah leads set number 2, 25-21. Pretty exciting second set there, and a couple of lead changes in that, but Shenandoah was just not going to be denied and come out with the victory. 25-21. Players are on the court. Officials checking players, and I do believe we're going to be ready for some volleyball here now. Red Oak will serve. Olivia Boswell will be back to serve for Red Oak once we get underway. And
lineups look like they're good.
Everybody's set, ready to go. And here we go. Boswell back to serve for Red Oak. Into the back row, Green is there. Out front, set, hit by Lance. Gray keeps it alive. From the back row, Boswell hits it into the back row to Hodges. Set to Green, she hits it across. Bond taps it, keeps it alive. Gray to Green. Athan with the set to Parker. She taps it across one-handed. Set to Marley Gray. Big hit. Nice job by Hodges to get under it. Free ball across the net that time by Lance, Kate Lance. Wallace with the set to Boswell from the back row into the back row to Finley. And Red Oak is on the point. What a volley for the first point.
No kidding. I mean, I noticed Shenandoah has shifted one position here also in this, so see a little bit different matchup even this from the first two sets, and it's working.
1-0. Red Oak leads. A serve by Olivia Boswell.
And that's what you need to be able to respond from a tight second set. You have a dominant first one, really close in the second, and a great 2-0 start here for Red Oak in the third.
Boswell back to serve for Red Oak. Into the back row, Green. Finley chases it down. Free ball across the net by Green to Ramirez. Set from Wallace to Gray, and it's hit into the net. Point goes to Shenandoah. Into the game comes Kennedy DeVries for Red Oak, taking a seat Boswell. Also into the game Burdorf, and Green takes a seat. Back to serve for the Phillies will be Macy Finley. Finley with a little jump serve. Jump serve from Finley into the back row to Bond. She passes it right up to the net, and Burdorf goes up and hits it. Blocked at the net. Nice job at the net by Lance and Burdorf, and the point goes to Shenandoah. We're tied up at 2 apiece.
Shenandoah just kind of owned the net there on that particular volley. They weren't going to let anything get through.
Back to serve is Finley. Jump serve into the back row to Bond. She passes it up front. Set to DeVries. Taps it into the back row. Right at the net, DeVries just goes up and taps it down. And Red Oak leads 3-2. Into the game, Jocelyn O'Neill taking a seat, Alexis Wallace, and back to serve for Red Oak will be Merced Ramirez. Red Oak leads 3-2. Set number 3, sorry. It's split 1 apiece. Serve low and into the net. Tied up at 3.
And a good amount of service errors coming from both teams in these first 3 sets. Have to be able to clean something up to be able to retain some of your own points.
Back to serve will be Elia Parker, Jr. for Shenandoah. Serve into the back row. Bond passes it up front. Ramirez to Laney DeVries. She hits it into the back row, and the point goes to Red Oak.
Laney finding the open spot on the floor there for the Tigers to keep it going.
4-3 is our score. Into the game, Marissa Williams taking seat Bond. And back to serve will be Laney DeVries for Red Oak. Serve from DeVries into the back row. Finley receives. Hit by Lance. Lance can hit the ball. She misses out on that one, but boy, when she gets a swing, she can hit hard. Point goes to Red Oak. 5-3 is the score. Red Oak with the lead. Lainey DeVries back to serve for Red Oak. Lainey serve into the back row. Finley. Parker gets under it. Down ball across the net by Hodges, and it's called out. Point.
Yeah, upref's going to overrule that. I got to say that looks like it was in. So, coaches aren't going to argue that at all. So,
point goes to Shenandoah. 5-4.
I think that was Hodges that hit that out of the back row too, just kind of a busted play.
Yeah,
found that back corner for the Phillies on the Tigers, and
jump serve comes from Hennings, and the point goes to Shenandoah. We're tied up now at 5 apiece. Back to serve once again, Hennings, Sylvia Hennings. 5-5. Bond. Up front it goes to Ramirez to Boswell. She hits it into the back row. Finley is there. Hit across by Hennings. Boswell keeps it alive. Ramirez with the set to Gray. Parker pushes it across the net. Tigers keep it alive. There's O'Neal with the hit. Blocked at the net. It falls to the floor. Point goes to Red Oak.
Sometimes you need that luck, too, to help you with the momentum change.
Always take a little luck, Derek.
Always, yep.
6-5 is the score. Red Oak with the lead now. Set number 3. We're split at 1 apiece. Into the back row. Hennings set to Hodges. Hits it in the back row. Bond is there. And boy, Jocelyn O'Neal does a nice job keeping that alive. Hit Hodges hard. She can hit the ball too.
Tell you what, she's a sophomore, and she is going to be tough for the Tigers, not just the rest of this match, but in a lot of years to come. She hits the ball hard. She's doing some great saves out of the back row.
6-foot sophomore, Derek, and she can hit the ball hard. Absolutely. Tied up at 6 apiece. Burdorf back to serve for Shenandoah. Into the back row. Sells far. Point goes to Red Oak. 7-6 is the score. Red Oak with the lead. Wallace comes into the ball game, and O'Neal takes a seat. Wallace back to serve. Wallace serve into the back row. Hodges. There's Finley passing it up front. Dumped across by Parker. Set to Ramirez. Kept alive by Hennings. Set to Hodges. Hit hard at the net. And the point goes to the Phillies.
That was a great little attempt by Emily Siebenecker there to keep it alive for the Tigers. Just couldn't quite connect to keep it going.
Into the game and back to serve will be Peyton Athan, another sophomore. Tied up at 7 apiece in set number 3. Jump serve from Athan into the back row to Bond. Set to Boswell, and she hits it too far. Point goes to Shenandoah. Shenandoah leads 8-7. Back to serve Peyton Athan, sophomore, 5'9". Low across the net. Nice job by Wallace to dig that. Up front it goes to Boswell. It's in, and the point goes to the Tigers. Tied up at 8 apiece in set number 2.
Good pass set. Hit connection there by the Tigers. Need to find that rhythm. Make that happen a little bit more here in this third set.
Tied up at 8 apiece. Serve from Bond into the back row to Hennings. Tapped across by Hodges. Chased down by Wallace. And the Phillies are playing tough here. Tigers are a bit out of sync.
That was another hit from Hodges on the Phillies side.
She can hit the ball.
She finds that open spot on the floor and kind of catches us off. We scramble a lot to get her hits.
Serve from Hodges into the back row to Wallace. She passes it up front. Set to Boswell. It's hit far. Point goes to Shenandoah. And a 2-point lead now for Shenandoah in set number 3. 10-8 is the score. Hodges back to serve for Shenandoah. Wallace passes it up front. Ramirez with the set to DeVries. She pushes it across the net. Peyton hit by Lance, kept alive by Siebenecker. Hit across by Boswell, misses out, and the point goes to Shenandoah.
Great hustle by Emily Siebenecker there on the Tigers to keep that ball alive.
11-8 is the score. Hodges to serve into the back row to Wallace. There's Bond, hit across this time by Lainey DeVries. Hodges passes it up front, set to, thought it was to Green, but.
Yeah, a little miscommunication on the Phillies there. We haven't seen that in a little while.
Now it's what you need for Red Oak here to be able to gain some momentum, have a couple errors on the side of Shenandoah, and Red Oak's going to be able to create some of their own points.
Into the game, Gray taking a seat. Siebenecker back to serve will be Boswell for the Tigers. Serve into the back row to Green. Hodges passes it up front. We're going to have a free ball across the net by Lance. Ramirez hit hard by Lainey DeVries. Nice hit. And it's 11-10 now. Shenandoah with the lead in set number 3. It's split, one set apiece. Here through the first 2 sets, Shenandoah leads set number 3 by 1. A serve by Boswell, tied up at 11 now in set number 3. $11 apiece. Olivia Boswell to serve into the back row. It goes to Hodges. Hit hard by Lance, but goes into the net. Point goes to Red Oak, and Red Oak regains the lead now, 12-11.
And it really helps Red Oak out here right now, especially having Hodges in that back row. Got to be able to score your points here, having her in the back row.
Hodges in the back row, receives, passes it up front, set to Green. She hits it across. Tigers keep it alive. Down ball across the net by Boswell. Set to Lance. Tigers get a hand on it. Set to Boswell from the back row. Hodges passes it up front to Green. She pushes it into the back corner. Boswell keeps it alive. Tapped across by Ramirez. Hodges to Finley. Hit by Lance.
Should have been 4 hits, but that was the net.
Yeah. And the Tigers
point for the Tigers anyway.
Kind of an odd little turn of events there.
Yeah.
You had the up judge.
I don't like to call those very often, but gosh, the net clearly had that one.
13-11 is the score. Red Oak with the lead. Hodges receives, passes it up front, set to Lance. Nice hit by Lance, and the point goes to Shenandoah. And it's 13-12, Red Oak with the lead. Serve will come from Finley, Macy Finley. Jump serve, into the back row goes to Wallace. There's Bond, passes it up to Gray. Gray hits it across. Nice job by Marley Gray, and the point goes to Red Oak, 14-12.
It was tough to be able to read that ball, too. This head just nosedives right in the middle of the court.
Coming into the game, O'Neal taking a seat. Wallace and Ramirez back behind the service line for the Tigers. Merced Ramirez. Into the back row to Hodges. Free ball across the net by Burdorf. Set to Gray. She just, great court awareness. Marley Gray just goes up in this two-hand push, cross court into the open spot, and the point goes to Red Oak, and it's 15-12. Timeout on the court. Red Oak with the lead. We'll take a break and be back after this.
The Red Oak Greenhouse has an immediate opening for a full-time production greenhouse grower. Responsibilities include strong problem-solving skills, required to obtain an Iowa pesticide applicator's license within 90 days, an understanding of plant requirements, self-motivated in learning growing techniques, strong communication skills, respond to and resolve alarms, willing to work weekends, holidays on a rotation. If interested in this position, contact the Red Oak Greenhouse at 801 North Broadway in Red Oak. The Red Oak Greenhouse is an equal opportunity employer.
Red Oak leads 15-12. It's split one set apiece on the evening. Served by Ramirez, received by Hodges. Free ball across the net by Burdorf. Ramirez with the set to Gray. She hits this one. It's blocked at the net by Burdorf. Bond set to O'Neal. Dug out in the back row by Athan. Hodges. And then pushed across the net by Rogers. Hit this time by Laney DeVries.
Just outside there.
And it's called out, and the point goes to Shenandoah.
That was great hustle and great awareness. What Laney should have done there, just a bit outside.
Back to serve for Shenandoah. Parker. 15-13. Red Oak leads set number 3. It's tied up at one set apiece. Parker back to serve. Into the back row it goes to Boswell. Passes it up to the net. Hit by O'Neal. Dug out by Parker. Free ball across the net by Lance. Parker is there. O'Neal is there to block it.
Should be 4 hits there.
That was 4 hits on the Phillies. I got all choked up on that, Derek, and I got behind. And
you do a great job with the play-by-play.
It moves too fast.
It does move fast.
If you get behind, you're behind. It's a problem. 16-13 is the score. Red Oak with the lead. Serve from DeVries into the back row to Finley. A serve. Laney DeVries. Point goes to Red Oak. It's 17-13 now. Red Oak with the lead, set number 3. Laney DeVries serves from the middle portion from behind the service line, received by Finley. Set to Lance. Point goes to Shenandoah. 17-14 is our score. Back to serve for Shenandoah will be Hennings. Sylvia Hennings, she's a sophomore. Jump serve, middle part of the backcourt to Bond. Set to Boswell, blocked at the net. Burdorf and Jones. Jones 6'1". Genevieve Jones. It's 17-15. Red Oak leads set number 3. Back to serve Hennings. Into the back row to Bond. She passes it up the net. Ramirez to O'Neal. A little bit high, and point goes to Shenandoah. It's a 1-point set. 17-16. Back to service Hennings.
Tigers are looking for that momentum swing here.
Hennings jump serve into the back row. Bond passes it up front again. Ramirez set this time to Gray. There was Parker. Set to Hodges. She hits it right down the line, and it's in. Hodges can hit the ball.
Yes, she can.
And again, getting her on that outside, and now having her in the front row, it's making it tough here on the Tigers.
Tied up at 17 apiece. Hennings back to serve. Hennings with the serve, jump serve into the back row to Bond again. Passed up tight into the net. Free ball across the net by Boswell. Nice job of the Tigers just to keep that one alive. Hit by Burdorf, and the point goes to Shenandoah. Shenandoah gains the lead 18-17 over the Tigers in set number 3. Timeout on the court. Coach Montgomery wants to talk about it. We'll take that timeout, and we'll be back with them after this.
Look, I'm not the kind of person that needs a trophy every time I do a good deed, but I like rewards as much as the next guy. That's why I got a sensible checking account at Bank Iowa. I can earn 10 cents cash back on purchases made with my debit card monthly with no limits on the amount I earn back. Plus, I get free online banking and identity theft protection. All I have to do is keep $100 in the account and receive e-statements. Basically, I'm getting rewarded by Bank Iowa for saving trees and buying stuff. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn about our sensible checking account option or read more online at bankiowa.bank, member FDIC.
The White Sparrow is a proud supporter of high school sports and small town living. We are here for your home decor and gifting needs. Just like a team constantly works to improve their performance, our team at the White Sparrow works hard to meet your needs by updating our merchandise and offering an array of gifts and decor for you to find just what you're looking for. Stop by the White Sparrow or check us out at shopthewhitesparrow.com.
Set number 3, 18-17. Serve coming from Hennings into the back row to Bond. She passes it up at the net. Just over the net, actually. And
rare mistake by Hodges there. She had a chance for the cheeseburger and
Just a little
couldn't
out of
quite get it.
Timing was off just a bit.
Sometimes those things just get you a little excited. It's hard to complete that play.
Tied up at 18 apiece. Passed up front. Parker set to Hodges. She taps it across the net. Bond passes it up front to O'Neal. Great hit by Jocelyn O'Neal.
And finds a
19-18.
way right there to just work around. Finds a soft spot of the court right there and gets the lead back here for Red Oak.
Red Oak leads 19-18 in set number 3. They're split on the evening. Red Oak wins set number 1, 25-12. Shenandoah takes set number 2, 25-21. And Red Oak leads set number 3, 19-18. Serve by Gray that far. She was going for that back corner and misses out. Point goes to Shenandoah. We're tied up at 19 now. Back to serve, Burdorf for Shenandoah, tied up at 19 apiece. Into the back row to Bond, pass right up at the net. Bond gets it across the net. Parker set to Hodges, sells far, out of play. Point goes to Red Oak. 20-19 is our score. Coming into the game, Wallace taking a seat. O'Neal and Wallace will serve. Red Oak leads 20-19 in set number 3. Serve from Wallace into the back row. Hodges passes it up front. Parker with the set to Jones. It's a far. Point goes to the Red Oak. Bit too high. Sells out of play. And it's 21-19. Red Oak leading set number 2. Back to serve Wallace. Into the back row goes to Hennings. Hodges, free ball across the net by Finley. Ramirez with the dump set. Hodges just taps it right back across. Williams, two-hand push across the net. Hennings is there, set to Gray. She passes it across the net, a free ball across the net. Set to Boswell, hit at the net, and the point goes to Shenandoah. 21-20 is the score. Red Oak leads. And it's Rogers coming into the game. Parker takes the seat. Jones takes the seat as Athan comes into the game to serve for Shenandoah. Peyton Athan for Shenandoah with the serve. Into the back row goes to Siebenecker. Passes it up front. Set to Williams. She pushes it across the net. Athan pushes it into the back quarter to Williams, or to Athan, Wallace rather. Hit across, out of play. The point goes to Shenandoah. It's tied up at 21 apiece. Back to serve is Athan. Athan serve into the back row. Siebenecker to Ramirez, set to Williams. And the point goes to Shenandoah. It's 22-21. Shenandoah has a little momentum going here. Back to serve, Athan. Athan serve into the back row to Siebenecker. Ramirez. Siebenecker hits it across. Shanked off by the Phillies, and the point goes to Red Oak, and we're tied up at 22.
Great job by Emily there. Freshman in the back row, heads up play.
Got to be able to find a way, too, for Red Oak here. A lot of errors built up towards the end of this set. Try to minimize those here leading down the stretch.
Bond's serve is long, and the point goes to Shenandoah. 23-22, Shenandoah leads. Back to serve is Hodges. Ashlyn Hodges, a sophomore and an outstanding athlete. The serve received. Hit at the net hard by DeVries, and the point goes to the Tigers, and it's tied up at 23. Got to win by 2, remember that.
That was key for the Tigers. We've had difficulty in this part of Shenandoah's rotation here tonight when Hodges is serving. So got lucky, got out of that. Tied up at 23. Let's see what we can do with Olivia serving for the Tigers.
Boswell back to serve for Red Oak into the back row. Hodges passes it up front to Athan. Set, hit by Lance. Boswell is there. Tapped across by Ramirez to Green. Athan, Lance taps it across. Gray gets under it. Set to Wallace. She hits it into the back row. Athan is there. Tapped at the net, and the point goes to Red Oak. It's 24-23.
Another one of those
Set
not usual plays with the Tigers, with Alexis getting the hit and the point there.
Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. Be right back after this.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
And it's 24-23, set point for the Tigers.
You know, and especially right here, a lot of errors coming from both sides when it's coming down to the end of the stretch. It doesn't matter now. Whoever gets on this run here, 1 point here for Red Oak, need a win by 2, and this would be it. It would be tough if Shenandoah were to get this point.
Boswell serve into the back row. Received at the net, goes up, tap down. Cheeseburger.
Little jousting there. Red Oak gets the point.
Red Oak wins 25-23. What do you call that, Derek?
That was jousting when they're both up at the net like that. Yeah,
jousting.
You know, what a great job there from Red Oak too, especially down with that last point. It's a matter of having to come back in this fourth set to be able to stay alive and get to a fifth. Now you got a little bit of wiggle room here. Play a little more relaxed here in this fourth set.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with the fourth set after this. Red Oak leads 2-1.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If your life needs a financial game plan, let Miller Financial Group coach you through Life's financial playbook. Their knowledge is built on almost a 60-year tradition of combining their market and product experience with their passion for helping others pursue better financial living. If knowledge and honesty are important to you and your financial future, contact Miller Financial Group in Red Oak at 712-623-5726 and schedule an appointment today.
Hey Sunshine Country, it's Cheryl Porter. Do you like your job? How would you like to love your job? Fresco System USA is looking for several highly motivated workers to join our team. Come see me at 2026 Fernwood Avenue in Red Oak or call 712-623-8100 extension 6659 and we can talk about everything we offer, like sign-on bonuses of up to $3,500, benefits starting day one, and so much more. So if you're ready to love your job, come see me today at Fresco System USA. Love is in the air.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. You'll get customized coverage on one policy with one premium.
We're headed into set number 4. Red Oak leads 2-1, 25-12, 21-25, 25-23. And we're headed into it's do or die for Shenandoah. Red Oak needs a set to win on the evening. First set was pretty much dominated by the Tigers. The last 2 sets have been very close and very competitive, Derek.
Yeah, both coaches trying to, outdo the other when it comes to strategy. Shenandoah rotated their position there a couple of times. I think Red Oak, it's tough to tell, but I think Red Oak maybe switched up their offense a little bit here and ran with a 5-1 with Merced in that. Yeah. So, it's
a little game of chess going on too. With
it's that Red Oak Shenandoah rivalry. You always want that to be just a little bit extra,
and it is.
It is.
Here we go.
And here we go.
It's time for set number 4. Serve from Hodges into the back row. Bond passes it up front to Ramirez. Set to DeVries, but
2 hits probably.
2 hits.
Yep.
It is. Point goes to Shenandoah. Shenandoah on the board and leads 1-0 in set number 4. Back to serve Hodges. Ashlyn Hodges is a volleyball player, I'm telling you. She is an impressive volleyball player for a sophomore. DeVries with the two-hand push across the net. Athan set to Lance. She can hit the ball hard, too. Taps it across this time. Ramirez sets Boswell. Blocked at the net by Green. Pushed across by Bond into the back row. Finley. Hit down by Parker. Kept alive by the Tigers. Hit across by Boswell. Lance is there. Set to Green. She taps it across. Boswell keeps it alive. Pushed across by Ramirez. There's Green. Parker with the set to Green into the back row to Wallace. Set to Wallace from behind the 10-foot line. Hit across. Finley keeps it alive. Lance with the hit. Kept alive by the Tigers. Set to Boswell. She hits it into the back row.
Little chicken wing by Hodges there.
And we have it. Point goes to Red Oak. What a point.
Yeah. Tell you what, this is going to be a great set if every point's hard fought like that.
No kidding. Tied up at 1 apiece. Back to serve is Boswell. Olivia Boswell with the serve. Low across the net into the back row. Hodges receives. Set to Green. Hit hard and dug out by Wallace. Hit across the net hard by Boswell. And what a hit.
Great back row hit by Olivia there.
Red Oak leads 2-1. Nice job from the back row by Boswell. 2-1, Red Oak leads. Boswell serve into the back row to Hodges. Athan sets Lance, but we're going to have, I think, what, 2 hits?
2 hits.
2 hits. Point goes to Red Oak.
Kind of a dramatic way of saying 2 hits by that ref there, but was it going to be 4 hits or 2 hits?
Yeah. 3-1, Red Oak with the lead. Serve from Boswell. Hit hard by Green. Boswell digs it. Boy, Olivia Boswell. Couple of big plays from Olivia here. Red Oak leads 4-1.
Great dig just over the net, and Shenandoah couldn't handle it.
And back to serve is Boswell. Low across the net. Hodges, ace serve by Olivia.
Yeah.
And it's 5-1. Red Oak with the lead. We're going to have a timeout on the court. We'll take it with them. Red Oak leads 5-1 in set number 4.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. You'll get customized coverage on one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it the most. Contact Farm Bureau agents Bruce Bryant or Jamie Sifford in Red Oak and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Welcome back. Boswell back to serve for Red Oak. Serve low across the net. Green, a serve by Olivia Boswell. Red Oak leads 6-1.
What a first 6 points pretty much here coming from Boswell here in this 4th set.
And Red Oak leads 6-1 off the ace serve by Boswell. Kind of reminiscent of set number 1. So that's serve by Boswell, received, and this time back across the net by Finley. From the back row, hit by Lainey DeVries. Nice hit by Lainey down the sideline, and shanks off of the hands of the Phillies, and Red Oak leads 7-1 in set number 4.
Lainey's been on with that little swing around to the right side tonight, set up by Merced.
Serve from Boswell into the back row, received by Finley, chased down by Green. We're going to have a free ball across the net. Parker Wallace passes it up the net, tapped at the net, and back across by Parker, chased down by Boswell, set to Gray, hit hard, Marley Gray with the kill.
Great job by the Tigers, super hustle by Olivia there. She's helping herself out, gets to continue serving here. 8-1 on the Tigers.
Red Oak leads set number 4, 8-1. They lead 2 sets to 1 on the evening. Serve into the back row to Finley. Athan from the back row. Finley hits it across. Wallace passes it up to the net. Set to DeVries. Dug out nicely by Athan. Free ball across the net by Lance. Passed up front to Ramirez. Set to Gray. She taps it across. Finley gets under it. Athan to Hodges from the back row. Hodges got all of that one, but Bond was there. There's Boswell from the back row. Set to Lance. And it's behind the upright, the pin, the antenna. And the point goes to Red Oak. 9-1. Serve from Boswell, low across the net. Finley is there. Great job by Finley. Pushed across by Green. Boswell passes it up to Ramirez. From the back row, blocked at the net by Green and Lance. And the point goes to Shenandoah. Into the game comes Burdorf. Taking a seat is Green, and back to serve Finley for Shenandoah. 9-2, Red Oak leads set number 4. Jump serve from Finley into the back row. Bond passes it up front to Gray. Getting under it is Lance. Athan had to chase that one down to keep it alive. And Ramirez to Gray. Hodges gets under it. Finley, free ball across the net by Parker. Great effort there on the part of the Phillies. Tapped across, hit back across into the back row by Ramirez. Lance taps it across. And great effort by the Tigers.
How do you even call that?
Bond was, and the point goes. Jeez. Great job by the Phillies. Bond was just falling backward and somehow got enough on it to get it back across the net. What a great effort on both.
Point. Holy cow, these teams are going to be tired here.
I mean, they are going at it here. 9-3 is the score. Red Oak with the lead. Back to serve is Finley. Macy Finley. Serve low and into the net. Shenandoah must win to stay alive. Red Oak wins and it's over for the night. End of the game, O'Neill. Taking a seat is Wallace. 10-3 is the score. Back to serve Ramirez. Serve by Merced, received by Parker. A serve by Merced. 11-3 is our score. Red Oak leads. Set number 4. Ramirez back to serve. Serve into the back row to Finley. Athan set to Burdorf. She taps it across nicely. Bond. O'Neill gets it across the net. Set to Parker. Pushes it into the back row. Boswell is there. Set to Gray. Hit hard by Marley Gray, and the point goes to Red Oak.
What a run. Red Oak's on here, too, as well. Clean volleyball here in this 4th set.
We have a Shenandoah player down at the moment. I didn't see what happened there. I think maybe turned an ankle or a knee. I'm really not sure what happened. And coaches are on the court. 12-3 is our score. I didn't see what happened, Derek. Did you? It's holding her leg like maybe an ankle or a knee. Came down awkwardly, potentially. Hate to see that. Burdorf will come off of the court in some obvious pain, but putting a little pressure on if it's an ankle or a knee. Not really sure what the case is there, but coming into the game for Shenandoah will be Nevaeh Yell. 12-3 is our score. Here we go. Ramirez back to serve for Red Oak. Red Oak leads 12-3. Serve from Ramirez. Low, taps the top ribbon. Ace serve by Ramirez. Just bounced off of the top ribbon. (13-3). Red Oak leads by 10, set number 4. Serve from Ramirez again. Low, bounces off the top ribbon again. Parker does an excellent job keeping it alive. Hit at the net by O'Neill. Lance hits it hard. Boswell is there. Set from Ramirez to O'Neill. Dug out nicely by Athan. Lance pushes it into the back row. Boswell keeps it alive. Ramirez to Gray. Athan passes it up front. Parker, dump set by Parker. O'Neal passes across to Gray. Down ball by Gray into the back row. Hodges passes to Athan, set to Lance, but we're going to have a violation.
2 hits.
2 hits on the part of the Phillies. And the Phillies want a timeout. It's 14-3. Red Oak leads set number 4. We're going to take the break with them, and we'll be back after this.
Empire Construction and Trenching has served Southwest Iowa, Northwest Missouri, and Southeast Nebraska for over 10 years. If your project requires precise ground site work and preparation, you can trust Empire Construction to do your work accurately. They are a regional leader for groundwork, commercial site work, and precision job site preparation work. They hold a reputation for delivering quality service that is on time and on budget. Call Empire Construction today at 712-623-9435 for all your agricultural and commercial needs.
That you appreciate it, making it possible for us to be here. If you have the opportunity, drop them a note, stop in, say hi, do some shopping with them, do some business with them, and say thanks. Also, we're streaming tonight. Now, didn't mention that earlier. We are streaming tonight. You can go to our YouTube channel and watch what remains here this evening on YouTube, and then go back and watch it again later if you wish, tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. That works too.
I usually watch it again right after the game.
Do you?
Yeah.
And go home and watch it. And
just for a little extra recap. And
yeah. It's kind of a nice thing to go back and watch it.
It is. I try my best over here. We're going to.
Served by Ramirez. Ace serve by Merced Ramirez. Another ace serve.
Just what a great way to be able to come out of a timeout, especially from an opposing team timeout. You want it there. That's their goal, to stop the momentum. And right there, Ramirez is able to get a nice ace serve.
15-3 is the score. Set number 4. Up front it goes. Tapped across by Yale. Set to Gray. Gray hits it hard. Hodges digs it, keeps it alive. Passes it to Athan to Parker. She pushes it across the net to Bond. Set goes to O'Neal. Kept alive and then pushed back across the net. Great effort on the part of the Phillies. Blocked at the net by Lance. And it's 15-4.
Shenandoah not giving up. Still some of those great volleys, some of the best volleys I've seen this year by both teams here.
Just effort on the part of the Phillies. Back to serve is Parker. Elia Parker. Low across the net. Gray passes it up front to Ramirez. And I think a little out of sync on the part of the Tigers on that one.
A little miscue on who was doing what there with that.
15-5 is the score. Point goes to the Phillies. 15-5. Set number 4. Back to serve is Parker. Parker serves, received by Gray. Passes it right up to the net. Then free ball across the net by Gray. Hit across. That's in, and the point goes to Shenandoah. It's 15-6. Shenandoah got a little bit of momentum going here now in set number 4. Back to serve Parker once again. Junior. 5'8 junior for Shenandoah. Low across the net. Bond is there. Set from Ramirez to Gray. Blocked at the net by Jones. Big block by Jones.
Marley did a good job in that last set adjusting to the blockers in front of her. She's going to have to do that in this part of the rotation here tonight.
15-7 is the score. Red Oak leads set number 4. Parker serve. Boswell set to Gray right at the net. Parker sets Lance. She taps it across. Gray is there. Set to O'Neal. A lot of position, and the point goes to Shenandoah.
And then the air is now coming for Red Oak on this set midway through this 4th. Shenandoah trying to take advantage here.
Parker doing a really nice job behind the service line for Shenandoah, getting some points on the board here. Tigers struggling a little bit with it. Pushed by DeVries, dug out by Finley. Set to Jones. She hits it into the back row, and just inside the line, point goes to Shenandoah. Good run going now for Shenandoah. Yeah, 15-9.
Shan's got something figured out. We're a little off in our rotation with what they're throwing at us.
Back to serve is Parker. Serve from Parker, low across the net in the back row. O'Neal is there. Set to Boswell from the back row. Tapped by the Mustangs, by the Phillies. And it goes out of play. Point goes to Red Oak. It's 16-9. Coming out of the game, Bond into the game, Williams. for Red Oak. And back to serve will be Laney DeVries. 16-9 is our score. Laney DeVries with the serve into the back row. Hodges to Parker. Jones hits it across. DeVries is there. Ramirez with the set to Gray. She taps it across the line again. That's the same thing she's been doing. She sees that open spot, but we have a net violation on part of the Phillies, and the point goes to Red Oak. It's 17-9.
Yeah, Marley, great heads up, seeing the floor there, knowing the blockers are in her face, and just dinking it across to that open spot on the floor.
17-9 is the score. Serve from DeVries, received by Hodges. Set to Yale. She pushes it into the back row, but Boswell is there. Hit by O'Neal, and Jocelyn O'Neal gets the point for the Tigers.
A great way to respond here for the Tigers. Shenandoah with all the momentum. Now Red Oak trying to get it down here at the service line.
Back to serve is DeVries. 18-9. Tigers back on a roll now in set number 4. Into the back row it goes. Lance, Parker, set to Jones, blocked at the net by the Tigers. O'Neal. 19-9 is the score, set number 4.
She had a little help from Marissa on that one.
DeVries, little floater across the net this time. Set to Finley. She taps it across the net. O'Neal is there. Set to Williams. Pushes it to the back corner. Parker. Finley set to Jones. Blocked. And the point goes to Red Oak. Williams and Gray. 20-19 is our score. Back to serve DeVries. 20-9 is our score. Hodges receives. Set to Jones. Down ball into the net. Point goes to Red Oak. 21-9.
And no timeouts left for Shenandoah here, I'm pretty sure, in this fourth set.
21-9 is our score. DeVries to serve. Into the back row to Finley. Tries to get the set to Lance, a little back set, but it's a bit out of play, and point goes to Red Oak. Red Oak leads 22-9.
Red Oak's just kind of caught Shenandoah in a bit of an off spot here with their rotation.
Hodges passes it up front. Parker, free ball by Parker. O'Neal blocked at the net by Lance, and the point goes to Shenandoah. 22-10 is the score. Back to serve will be Hennings. Bond passes it up front. Ramirez pushed across into the back row by Boswell to Finley. Hit by Hodges.
There's Hodges.
Man, she can hit the ball.
Just lacing it through the open spot on the floor.
22-11 is the score. Back to serve Hennings. When Hennings is back to serve, this is the point in the rotation that has caused the Tigers some trouble here tonight. Bond set to Williams. She hits it hard, and the point goes to Red Oak. Nice hit by Marissa Williams.
And that's a big point right there from Williams to be able to keep the Tigers on this momentum, keep on the roll to try to close out this match.
Back to serve Gray. 23-11 is the score. Serve into the back row. Finley, Parker, Lance hits it hard, but it flies out of play. Check that. I think that may have been Hennings that hit it. And it's game point here. (24-11). Serve from Gray. Hennings receives. Set goes to Hodges. Bond. Set up front to O'Neal. Dug out by Finley. Hennings hits it back across. Marley Gray is there. Hits it right at the net. Hennings free ball across the net. Gray set to Williams. Dug out by Finley. Tapped across by Williams. Marissa Williams shines on that last point.
Heads up by Marissa to tap it to the open spot there.
That is going to do it. Red Oak wins 3-1, 25-12, 21-25, 25-23, 25-11 over Shenandoah here this evening. A couple of pretty tough ones in there, and couple not so tough ones for the Tigers. So
Yeah, it kind of bookended with some dominating play. But
absolutely. Take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Allensworth Heating and Cooling is here to help you. We offer a variety of services from heating to cooling, hot water heaters, indoor air quality, ductwork, remote, thermostats, attic insulation, sheet metal fabrication, and variable refrigerant flow systems. We offer rebate incentives and financing options to help you reduce the cost of your service. We are a family-owned and family-operated with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call us today at 712-623-3191.
Get your best buy at Hawkeye, the little Ford dealer.
When it's time to shop for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, let the team at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak help you score big. You'll walk away a winner with the great deal you'll find at Hawkeye Ford, and they make car shopping easy. Visit them just east of Red Oak on Highway 34 or shop from anywhere, anytime at HawkeyeFord.com. Hustle in today and get in the game of finding a great deal at Hawkeye Ford in Red Oak.
Come celebrate the first annual Oktoberfest at Jacqueline's, featuring many German beers along with German cuisine. This is an all-ages event that will include games and events such as Wiener Dog races and Best Dressed German. The football games will be on the big screen with Kevin Keith performing that evening. Come join the fun at
Red Oak. Red Oak wins in 4 over Shenandoah, 25-12, 21-25, 25-23, 25-11. Red Oak comes out on top here this evening. We're going to have the opportunity to visit with a couple of the Red Oak Tigers here this evening. And looks like we're going to have the opportunity to visit with Olivia Boswell and with Lainey DeVries this evening. And a couple of Red Oak Tigers. Olivia, tell me a little bit about from behind the service line, set number 1 and set number 4. You're on fire.
Yeah, this year I've been really on serving, I think.
Yeah, so tell me what you saw. I mean, there were a couple of sets. Is Melanie trying to take a photo of us? I think
we can.
So we'll do this in a minute.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit. The first set and the fourth set was dominant by Red Oak, I would say.
Yeah.
The 2 sets in the middle, not so much. A little tough. Tell me about what you saw out there on your side of the net.
I just know, we know where their weak spots are, and we knew where we needed to go, and we knew where to serve. And if we got them out of service, their out of system wasn't as good. And we knew, to tip, where not to tip, where to hit, line, cross, or whatever.
So, favorite part of the game, you had a big hit from the back row. I mean,
I love hitting from the back row.
You hit from quite a bit from the back row tonight.
Yeah.
One in particular just blew my mind. I mean, you got all of it. That's a lot of fun. That's your favorite?
Yeah, I love hitting back there.
Service was good tonight. Very good. Olivia Boswell. Lainey DeVries with us as well. Lainey, tell me a little bit about you. Had some big runs from the service line too.
Yeah, we know how important serves are in a game. It gives you so much more momentum, and I just knew I had to put them away.
Big job at the net tonight because they had some 6-footers, 6'1". Yours saw some big girls across the net too.
Yeah, we came into the game with the mentality that we haven't lost to Shannon in 13 years, and tonight was not going to be the night. And I knew there was going to be some big net play, and just went after it.
So you had some really good net play too tonight. Some big blocks, some big hits. Tell me about that.
I just knew that tonight was going to be a big night. They were going to have some momentum coming in, and I just wanted to shut them down. I wanted those blocks really, really bad, and I just went after, and I got them.
Anybody else that you guys, again, we have Lainey DeVries and Olivia Boswell. Any other teammates you'd comment on tonight that you thought played particularly well?
I think Jocelyn O'Neill, she's really good at coming out, and as a freshman, I know it's hard, but she's really good at putting it away when we need her to.
Absolutely. Lainey?
Yeah, I would definitely say Jocelyn, and I think there were a couple of big points where Marley Gray stepped up too.
100% right. Yeah, absolutely. Marley had great court awareness tonight to find that open spot when she needed to. So, well, thanks for coming to visit with me, guys. It's always a pleasure. Who do we have Thursday night? Creston.
Creston, and it's senior night.
Senior night Thursday night, so come out and enjoy, right? Should be a good match. Thanks, guys, for visiting with me.
Thank you.
Lainey DeVries and Olivia Boswell with us this evening. So go ahead. Mel's going to take photos now. So Lainey DeVries and Olivia Boswell with us this evening. And Red Oak comes out on top in 4, 25-12, 21-25, 25-13. Red Oak comes out on top here this evening. So should be hopefully have the opportunity to visit with Coach Montgomery in just a minute. We'll be right back after this.
Come celebrate the first annual Oktoberfest at Jacqueline's, featuring many German beers along with German cuisine. This is an all-ages event that will include games and events such as wiener dog races and best dressed German. The football games will be on the big screen with Kevin Keith performing that evening. Come join the fun at Jacqueline's starting at 11 a.m. just south of Shannon on Highway 59. Pre-registration for wiener dog races are open today and will close on September 26th. Please call 712-581-9463 for registration and other inquiries. That's 712-581.
The Red Oak Greenhouse has an immediate opening for a full-time production greenhouse grower. Responsibilities include strong problem-solving skills, required to obtain an Iowa pesticide applicator's license within 90 days, an understanding of plant requirements, self-motivated in learning growing techniques, strong communication skills, respond to and resolve alarms, willing to work weekends, holidays on a rotation. If interested in this position, contact the Red Oak Greenhouse at 801 North Broadway in Red Oak. The Red Oak Greenhouse is an equal opportunity employer.
Look, I'm not the kind of person that needs a trophy every time I do a good deed, but I like rewards as much as the next guy. That's why I got a sensible checking account at Bank Iowa. I can earn 10 cents cash back on purchases made with my debit card monthly with no limits on the amount I earn back. Plus, I get free online banking and identity theft protection. All I have to do is keep $100 in the account and receive e-statements. Basically, I'm getting rewarded by Bank Iowa for saving trees and buying stuff. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn about our sensible checking account option or read more online at bankiowa.bank, member FDIC.
The White Sparrow is a proud supporter of high school sports and small town living. We are here for your home decor and gifting needs. Just like a team constantly works to improve their performance, our team at the White Sparrow works hard to meet your needs by updating our merchandise and offering an array of gifts and decor for you to find just what you're looking for. Stop by the White Sparrow or check us out at shopthewhitesparrow.com.
Head coach of the Red Oak Tigers, Angie Montgomery, with us. Coach Montgomery, first set and fourth set pretty dominant by the Tigers.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit more us. Sometimes I think our youth shows a little bit and we get a little flustered, which is kind of where we got in set 2. And then really, I mean, set 3 was really hard fought. Shan is a really scrappy team.
Yeah.
Tony does a very good job with them, and I was very impressed with how scrappy they were. There were a lot of points that both teams really had to work hard for, and that's fun volleyball. But I think, what did we do? Were we tied at 23 in that third set and then rolled those last couple points? And really off of some pretty non-traditional kinds of things. I think Alexis and Emily maybe had back row attacks there, which, you know, I would love to take credit and say we drew those up in the huddle, but I think that just goes to show that anybody on that court can step up at any time, and that's what we've been really preaching. And when you look at us on paper, it's hard to tell who our go-to might be at any one time. I thought Riss stepped up at the end really well and got some really big kills. You know, and the first set, we were just on fire blocking. Like, Jocelyn could not let a ball off of her hand. Like, it was fantastic. I thought we set that net game up early.
I thought you did well from behind the service line at times tonight.
Yeah.
There were a couple of times it was a little rough from behind the service line.
Yeah,
but then misses. you had some really great runs.
Yes,
though.
I think Liv had a really good run in the fourth set maybe to get started. I think actually the first and the fourth we had that big run to get started.
Absolutely,
yes,
by Olivia.
Yeah, you're right. So that's a good. I mean, there's a reason she's our first server, and I also like what she brought to the court tonight in the back row. You know, they were targeting Ken a little bit, and Ken didn't do a bad job at all. But one thing we've talked about this year, having when Olivia is on the bench, she doesn't bring that back row attack for us. And as you saw, I mean, she's super confident with that. Merced's confident going to her. And so that just adds another element back there, and it's hard to adjust a block and defense to all that.
Yeah.
And then I thought Alexis Wallace just played stellar defense. We've been playing around back and forth between a 6'2" and a 5'1", and she plays such good defense. Like, she's super sound in her serve receive, and just reading the ball. And so it's really, we're pretty fortunate that we can go in and out of that anytime we need to and have the personnel to do that.
But I thought, though, after a big start, set number 1, set 2 and 3, tough sets, the Tigers in set number 4 just came out and showed confidence and played well.
Yeah, and that's good for a young team. I was talking to Sierra, Wilkinson now is her new. Sierra Athan was in the house watching a cousin on Shan's side, but we were talking to, and she asked how the season was going and couldn't believe how young we are. And that's, I think, great to see a huge rivalry game, really loud atmosphere, which we love, but we kind of went across, calmed him down a little bit, just to take a breath. Like, this is going to be the toughest set of the night. And really proud of how they came in and attacked that fourth set.
Creston Thursday night,
which is senior night.
Yes.
So come out and support our wonderful seniors. Maddie was all over the floor tonight. I love her. She is like our emotional support animal on the bench. She is a huge leader for us in practices, in games, everywhere she is on the court. And so we're really excited to honor her and Danique and Timberly, our wonderful manager, and then, of course, Lainey, who I thought tonight just took the game by the horns. Like, you can see, and that's such a fun thing to see from where she's come, from that little freshman.
I remember.
In her, I mean, she just commands that, and I love that. I love the experience and the leadership she shows.
Probably the highlight of the night for me is that Mom's here.
Oh, I know.
Mom's
I love having Mom here. She'll be here Thursday night, too, and to watch Reeserman run some cross country.
And what a year he's having, Coach.
You know what? I've always said he's built more like a runner than he is getting hit on the football field. So, I mean, I know he misses that, but he's excited to try cross country. And
having a phenomenal year.
Yeah, he is. I'm very, very proud of him for trying something new. And
absolutely.
So, yeah.
Any other of your players you comment on, Coach? I mean, I thought you played. You talked early in the season, you're very balanced.
Yes, we
across
really
the board,
are.
So.
Yes. Yep. I just all across the board, I'm sure I forgot to mention a couple. I thought Marley did a fantastic job outside. Just very balanced, and that's what we need to have. We need to be able to attack from any point in any rotation and just really keep their defense guessing, and I thought we made good strides with that tonight.
Very good. Coach, thanks as
Thank
always.
You.
Nice
Thank
to
you
see
very
you.
much, guys.
Tell Mom hi, and we'll see you.
I will.